name of it?
That's the name of this. Yeah, that's the name of this session.
I hate this.
Oh,
yeah. There we go. Sorry.
I also hate this.
We're screwed. Like I literally don't know what's gonna happen this session.
No, like okay, guys. Like I need help from my players. Because I am definitely a theater of mind guy, but never as much as tonight. I have no freaking idea what's going to happen. I don't know what you're going to do. You guys have to help me because I may be totally floundering in the session tonight. So
I mean,
that makes the four of us.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody knows what they're doing.
I was thinking, like, I thought about the plan that Brim talked about last week of being like slowly weaning off, but it's like the dude that can capture a freaking dragon is smart enough to capture a dragon or like strong enough. So I'm like, okay, either we've got to do the one thing that all PCs hate to do, which is go ask for help, or like go back and not get into a fight. Or
run.
So
away.
To be clear, Galen did tell us before he sent us on this quest that he would pay us twice what he paid us just for gathering information about what was in the mountains.
Yeah.
I re-looked over the notes to see exactly he said.
He did.
So that is a possibility.
That is information.
He did.
Which at that point you kind of can go, it might be a good idea to.
You absolutely could, and there I could think of like I've thought of like 2 or 3 other options. The players could just like. Think through this. There's some interesting ways you could go with this. There really are.
I know
Brim what Millie's going to lean towards.
Or,
really?
Winston tames the dragon.
Ooh, well, yeah, we're going to talk about Winston tonight too. Winston is like the MVP of the stream every week now. He's the most.
I really hope that he got a speech ready because I have Speak with Animals handy and ready to go.
I'm glad.
All right, and then lastly but not leastly, Terry coming in.
Get him in here.
Terry!
We need him. He's got the shiny armor and the horse.
And the horse.
That everyone loves.
The horse.
The horse is number one.
Here!
Welcome!
Hola. The horse, not the horse. The horse.
The capital T.
There's no
do you
we
have your
in horse.
Winston
There's
speech
no
ready?
we in horse.
Winston's speech. Well,
Because
we'll
my
see.
spell is
Yeah,
ready,
you're gonna.
so.
I'll tell you. Okay, I'm gonna
Just
set.
FYI.
I'm gonna set you up right now. Okay, you got to be ready for this. All right, Terry. So, if oh wow, hold on, I just got a message about a major client that died today. Holy smokes! In a chopper accident. Wow, so sad. Golly, that's awful. All right, so wow, let me refocus. Welcome everyone. 888, good to see you. Roxafarius, Kiega, always a pleasure. I've got a couple of our viewers I need to really recognize tonight. So I'm going to save it. Hopefully we see Owlie B tonight, because I owe Owlie B an apology if I see him, her on tonight. I thought it was a her, but I didn't want to be. Yeah, oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, like I didn't realize how long she'd been a viewer, and I'll talk. Maybe if she comes on tonight, I'll talk about that. Hey, Chef Jay.
She was actually one of my bridesmaids in my wedding.
Oh,
wow.
No kidding! Wow, yeah, like she's OG, and I've called out some of our other OG folks, and I've left her out.
Yes.
And
she's been
oh,
here.
Owlie B.
There she
Yes,
is.
she is. Owlie B. So here's what I was literally looking at our first stream. Our first uploaded stream to YouTube, which was back in our campaign last year, like probably I don't know, September, October of last year, and Owlie B is up there as an acknowledged sort of new follower. So thank you so much. I've not given you proper appreciation and love, and we're glad you're on tonight. Okay. Hey, Atris, good to see you, sir.
Atris. Get out of here.
I love the relationship with you right now.
That's fantastic.
Love
okay.
you.
So let's start our pre-roll. And by the way, I need all of your videos. I only have still Evelyn's, and so everybody else is slacking big
she's
time.
so prepared that
I know.
No, she always is.
Damn.
Yes, exactly. And so here we go. Let's kick off the intro video.
Hi, overachiever here. That's just what I do.
That's exactly what you do.
Good. I can still eat myself.
Hey, Mystical Unicorn. Congrats on the
Finish your
dice. Mystical Unicorn got those beautiful Omega Alpha dice.
Oh yeah, they're nice.
We're gonna die.
Golly, I don't want to TPK this party. Everybody loves them.
Just means I can come back as a horse next time.
Centaur?
Reincarnated Centaur. I love that. I literally oh gosh, I have no idea what's going
A
to happen
centaur
tonight.
cavalier is both the cavalier and the horse.
No, he'd have to ride another horse.
All right. Hey, Josh, I want to prepare you. You owe me 2 Monster Mondays because I forgot to let you do it last week.
I know. I was hoping you forgot.
Yeah, I know. I did forget, but I didn't forget again. Yeah, so you got to be ready. You got 2. By the way, yesterday was tough. It was.
Yeah, I tried to like. That's the other thing is with the creature is that it blew my mind, but it doesn't have too much to it.
No.
I'm trying. What did I do last week? Oh my gosh.
Hey, Myomorph, good to see you, sir. We got a fun night planned tonight. We got some good giveaway stuff that's going to happen. Our players are scared to death. None of us know what's going to happen. You know, I'm big on theater of mind and sort of improv, and this is true improv because I have no idea what's going to go on tonight. They could be dead in the first 15 minutes. They could go back to Hamlet. I've got like 4 other ideas that I had, so I'm.
Brim seduces the orc chief.
Well, that's possible. Okay, I will pay money for that.
He has a comeliness with like orcs and all that at 15.
He
Oh,
does.
that's right.
He
I
does. He
forgot
gets an
about that.
advantage with comeliness. That's right. He does.
So you
well,
prepare yourself.
You did not. I'll just warn you. You did not sense any romance from Gajol atop his red
Okay.
dragon as he let out his feral roar.
Maybe my rippling pectorals.
Okay, let's compare rippling
The
pecs.
sinew.
Which way is the beach?
Dragon wings are very nice.
You guys can see this right
This
now.
is gonna be so much fun
Well,
tonight.
we know
Do it
that
again.
it's not the pecs that is everybody's favorite part of Brim. So
Which is my dog.
Oh, Kiega said he didn't sense it because he hadn't laid eyes on Brim yet. She feel like when he sees Brim, yeah, he might be.
Brim lets his hair down.
All right, so we're.
it's gonna be
Very
just
Fabio.
like Millie and
Oh,
Ashwin
my
sing Shorewind, the hair blowing in the wind.
Oh god.
That's fantastic. So there's Rory. Hey, good to see you, sir. Hey, look, and we're never throwing shade at Rory. He rushes home to get here in time every week for the stream. As you can see, he's got a spoon in his mouth right now, trying to just finish his dinner.
What is that?
Is that peanut butter?
That's peanut butter.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Peanut butter?
All right.
Protein.
Oh,
And a banana. Okay.
The best.
All right. So, welcome all. Thanks for joining us, and I think we're gonna have another fun session tonight. This is Greyhawk Awakening number 9. The Krons are alive with the sound of dragon. So, yeah, my glitchiest title ever, but I think it's pretty fun. And hey, Hobby Nut, good to see you. Elder Mist, hi. So tonight we're gonna have we got several announcements to make. We're announcing the winners of the Mike Disney drawing contest for the Overgord. We're gonna announce that tonight. We're going to give away another set of incredible dice from Dice Envy. And we're going to give a huge thanks to all of our viewers. We have grown incredibly. It's just amazing how much we're growing. Like, if you did not know this, and I've done this a bit already, but a humble brag, I ran some stats this week. I said last week that I knew we were one of the fastest growing, but I wanted to divide the stats by followers gained against your actual total current followers. And I ran those numbers. We're number 15 in the world out of over 6,400 streams in terms of follower growth versus current number of followers. And that's it's not me. It's a credit to these incredible players. They're crushing it, and the fans just love you guys. Oh, see, there you go. Dirty Davy 13. But we all really know it's Winston.
It's all Winston.
It's all Winston.
Fair.
Winston
He's
is
a fantastic horse.
He is and by the way, Winston, I've got a surprise. Next, Vivi, can you hold that up again so everybody can see it?
Hang on 1 second. I gotta turn my background.
Yeah, turn off your background so we can all see
He
it.
doesn't like white.
So if you're not on our
Winston.
Discord, hold on, let me let her do this.
Yeah.
Love it first name,
First name.
Winston.
But we have changed the spelling of his name.
Yes,
Yes.
it has been changed. So it's now WYNNSTON to match Shorewind's name.
Oh,
Right.
hey,
Oh my god.
quick edit. No problem. I can fix it right
Yeah, I know you got that. That's easy.
BRB.
He is an amazing steed, Hobby Nut. Hey, Steve, good to see you. Winston was actually inspired by Steve, Blood Wild. He had, in the past, and the whole Win idea, his pet, that really inspired the switch, which made sense because it was sort of eponymous with Shorewin. So we're really, really excited about that. I have a surprise for next week, and then we're going to be talking about all these amazing Atris minis tonight. Just so much fun stuff to talk about, and yeah, no pressure, Vivi. Just get it done right now. All right, so
I'm doing it.
all right, so let's talk about our amazing sponsors. And hey, thank you for the sub, Hobby Nut. We appreciate that. So as always, we talk about the amazing Dragon Crafting Guild. And John, he's got some really cool stuff coming. If you don't follow him on Instagram, you're missing it. He's got LED lit D20s and Dragon Eyes coming out. He's got all kinds of new techniques. He's actually melting metals down to create. He's a fantastic artisan. And so John's going to have some really fun stuff for us to give away in the next few weeks. And he's going to be featured on our virtual Greyhawk Con, which is coming up as well. And then, of course, Dice Envy, our newest sponsor, and tonight we're giving away, let me switch here and show everybody on the monitor, we're giving away these guys tonight, these gorgeous, I think they're called Aqua something, so pretty. I've got them right here. These guys are being given away tonight in one of these Dice Envy bags. Of course, we have the amazing Mike Disney giveaway happening, and let me show you some of these real quick. So no, I'll actually be giving away the winners. I can't do that yet. I'll do it in a second. But yes, we'll announce the winners of the Mike Disney giveaway. Frederica Draws. Amazing artwork from Frederica. And then, of course, the man of the hour, Jorge Atris minis. Oh my gosh. Like again, watching your expressions when I dropped this mini on the table last week was the highlight of my week. So we have this amazing Gajol. And by the way, if you haven't picked it up, let me just drop it real clearly for you. Red Lords, Red Dragon that he's mounted upon, these are all related. So there's many connections here. And Gajol is a monstrous mini and character. Then we have, of course, the amazing Vivi, Lilith. Lilith, and this cool mini. She does not have an owl yet, but she has an owl head around her neck, and that's probably coming at some point for her character as a druid. She's a Greyhawk, and we have all of her stats posted here on the other. Thank you so much for the follow, Based Lord. Then you also have this guy, Shorewin. So let's go ahead and do it this way, and we'll back it up in a second. But let's go have each of you do your character intro, and as you're talking about your character, I'll bring your mini up. Tell us about Shorewin.
Yes, Shorewin Tesla of Corwood, a cavalier. Previously in and around Corwood, had many adventures, but is currently in search with his trusty steed, the one, the only, the stunning Winston, who sometimes looks better than Shorewin.
Shorewin wood.
They're becoming one.
Even Winston gets me all fluttered, gassed.
Thank you for the follow, Moonsmark TV. I'm sorry, I'm slap happy tonight. It's been a long, busy week. I've had a lot of stuff going on, so I just may be totally silly tonight, but I'm loving this. Thank you so much. And then let's go back to Lilith, who I showed the mini. I'll bring that mini back up. Lilith, introduce yourself to the viewers.
Lilith is a level 2 wild elf Greyhawk druid. She is currently wanting to talk to Winston. That's all she cares about right now. Never mind the ogres or the orcs. Never mind the dragon. She just wants
tunnel vision.
Winston.
Outstanding. All right, and let's then next go to introduce us, please, Gimbal. And we have another mini coming. I don't have it yet, but this is the incredible Atris mini. And then we also have one painted by our own Lilith, and I'm going to use those interchangeably because I think they can be both used depending on situation. Oh, look at the love at first name, Winston. All right, give us the introduction to Gimbal.
All right, so my name is Gimbal. I am a wizard illusionist, and although I am 3'1", you best not underestimate me because I will blow up in your face.
or burn your hands, or go Godfather Mafia style on you. I don't like whatever Gimbal's going to do. Like he's the most frightening member of the party. Sorry, Brim. Let's go then next to the aforementioned Brim, the half ogre. This incredible mini. I just can't believe how awesome this turned out. Go ahead, Brim.
I'm Brimstone. I'm a level 2 fighter. I love milk, pastries, not hurting innocent creatures, and smashing the skulls of those that deserve it.
Well played, sir. Well played. And then last but not least, let me pull this up here, and this is not the mini we're using tonight, but it is the Atris mini that was created for her, which is amazing. And talk to us, Millie.
Of course, dear. I am Mary Millie Van Tomth, and I am a level 2 half-elfling swashbuckler. I love shiny things, booze, and, well, being particularly snarky, so...
Well said. And also, my incredible assistant here just does so much for us on Blue Box. The notes that she publishes on our Discord, and let's go ahead and pop those Discord creds in again. If you're not on our Discord, you should be. All the Lore Master Arcanum stuff, all the Mike Disney contest stuff, and then also tidbits about the campaign. There was some really interesting stuff that happened just yesterday in Federum's Hamlet Supply and Trade, which relates directly to the campaign. So you're not getting the full Blue Box Greyhawk Awakening experience if you're not part of that Discord. And I'm not saying that I don't get any money for it, just to join it because it's cool. You want to be part of it, right? All right, and then let's talk about, hey, Ugluck the Girthy, good to see you, sir. Sorry if I've missed anybody. Oh, the Winston keeps getting better, Vivi.
I made it smaller so it doesn't disappear.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. So we have the Winston pick. We have a Winston emoji that is in our Discord channel. Thank you, Steve. Bloodwild.
Yes.
And then we
oh my God, where have I been?
Main channel.
and we have a special Winston surprise coming next week. Okay, what happened last time?
All right. Well, last time we started off, and we had oh gosh, where were we? I can't remember. Hold on. It's been a long day, y'all. Hold on.
Yeah.
What was at the very beginning? Oh yeah, we had been camping for the night, and we were beset by bugbears. And we had gone 2 rounds of combat prior to the top of last session, and we continued in combat with Brim and Shorewin engaged with the largest of the bugbears. Millie running up the hill towards 3 bugbears, which, once again, not one of her wisest decisions. And
does she have any wise decisions? I don't know.
And Gimbal had stealthed up behind the group of 3, and then Lilith had cast Shillelagh on her staff and was prepared to kick some butt. So Millie and Rayam actually finished off the bugbear that had run down closest to Millie, and then Shorewin color sprayed them to unconsciousness. Brim and Shorewin finally had some successful hits against the big bugbear, but Lilith finished him off in typical Lilith style.
How this little Greyhawk druid keeps like finishing off the foes, I don't really know. It happens all the time right under Brim's nose. So the massive half ogre will be wielding his weapon, and then she just comes along at 4 feet tall and like whack, and they're done.
And then Millie killed one of the unconscious bugbears, and Gimbal pushed the other one off the cliff in a surprising feat of strength for a gnome of his small stature.
That was a nat 20, I think, if I remember right, Rory,
Yep,
right?
double
yeah,
nat 20.
Yeah, double nat 20, exactly. Yeah, just fantastic. Skewered him as he fell over the cliff.
And then the group decided to try to finish taking their rest for the evening, so they looted the various bodies. Lilith found a bag of coins on the largest bugbear, giving the coin to Millie, and Millie giving a bunch of human teeth back to Lilith, because, you know, Lilith likes to collect things. And which was a topic of conversation between Lilith and everybody in turn, to varying degrees of and from there, Brim took first watch, along with Gimbal kind of watching above. They had a moment of silent communication between the two of them before they took their rest. Millie took the second watch, and actually during her watch, she spied a large flying, what looked like a dragon with a rider on it, fly over the camp, but it didn't seem to notice the group, so she let it go so that everybody else could get some rest. Then she woke up Shorewin, and Shorewin took his watch with Lilith. And Millie did tell Shorewin about what she had seen and just kind of warned him to pay attention in that general direction. And then he and Lilith kind of talked through the night about various things. She learned a little bit more about him, talked about her favorite topic, Winston, and her new set of teeth, which was, you know, quite a interesting moment that they had. And then they didn't really see anything through the rest of the evening, but their conversation did continue until the sun rose. Then everyone awoke and started getting ready for the day, starting off with Shorewin and Winston riding back and forth through the clearing, stirring out quite the bit of commotion, to which Brim just asked for 5 minutes of peace, please! And he relented and said, sure, I need to feed my horse anyway. So Brim was able to take the time that he needed to get his prayer in for the morning, and everyone else gathered their things to prepare for the next leg of the journey. Millie and Shorewin actually had a little bit more discussion between themselves about where they were from, and just kind of learned a bit more about themselves, to which Rayam was becoming impatient about the party dallying as long as they had been, and she had gotten a little snarky with Millie and Shorewin, which Gimbal did not appreciate, and he actually went up and tapped her on the leg and asked her to kind of back off a little bit because she was getting a little too heated at, you know, people just talking. And so she did not appreciate that. And snatched his cane out of his hands and dropped it on the ground in front of him. And after that moment, she recommended they continue on. Brim became very serious, though, when she took the cane. He did not appreciate her doing that to his little buddy. So from there, there was a little bit of tension in the air. The group set off towards the fort, or at least the orcish runic symbol that they had seen on the map, which implied a possible fort. And they were making their way, and Rayam actually stopped the group with a hand to halt them, and then immediately flattened her back against the side of the bluff that they were near and gestured to everyone to do the same. When the group saw that, they could start to hear sounds of footfalls. Gimbal actually climbed off of Brim's shoulders where he had been sitting, or a shoulder where he had been sitting backwards so that he could see the rest of the group and also talk to Brim at the same time. He climbed up to the top of the cliff and spied a orcish patrol that consisted of 14 orcs in mismatched armor and carrying various pikes and bows and arrows and things like that. He gestured to Ashrin for the group to take cover between there was an outcropping between the two sections of the bluffs, and so Ashrin tapped Lilith on the shoulder, and then everyone noticed and followed the lead. The orc patrol passed by without any of them seeming to notice the group, and then at that moment things unraveled a little more when Brim told Rayam, and that's why you trust the gnome, and which point she said, well, I don't not respect the gnome, but I expect him to respect me. And then deteriorated more. There were lots of words.
No, Brim's not napping. Brim's not napping, Steve, yeah, Pat. He's actually lamenting his horrible decision. No, I'm kidding. Don't defend yourself. You're fine.
And then Brim gave her a kind of dismissive gesture, waving her on to continue leading, and said mistress, and that was the moment that she decided she was not going to continue on with the party and turned heel and took herself back towards Hamlet. So the group now had to rely on the map and Millie and Gimbal's stealth skills. So they followed the direction that they had been traveling and referencing the map that they had found, the crudely drawn map that they had found in the moat house. Millie and Gimbal actually managed to stealth a little more forward from the rest of the group after Millie had spotted what looked like three kind of spikes a bit off in the distance, and then she realized it was a palisade. And the two of them moved closer, made out that it was actually a large wooden fortress with a central guard tower sort of thing, and then moved stealth back to the rest of the group to let them know what they had found, at which point the dragon and the dragon rider appeared overhead, flapping its wings and landing right before the fort to show off for the rest of the orcs. He was making his presence well known and posturing a bit for his fellow orcs, and he shouted out his name, and that's where we ended the last time, seemingly not noticed.
Maybe. Yeah, so Brim on that stealth check on the way out, he rolled a 9, which is not bad, but he's got a -5 to stealth, which totally makes sense, and he had a 4, and we don't know how that turned out. So, sorry, we took a little bit extra time tonight, all the prep stuff. We really want to get this quicker. I'm sorry, we're already 23 minutes in, but we're going to get to the game right now, and we will continue to improve our timeliness here at Blue Box. But I had a lot of stuff to talk about. It's not Vivi's fault, or not Evelyn's fault. It's not Gimbal's fault. It's my fault. All right, here we go with episode 9. The hills, the Krons, are alive with the sound of dragons. So once again, you hear the roar of this dragon as it bellows out into the air, and you flee. And let me bring back up the cam here so you can see it. This monstrous creature looms over the palisade behind it, and as you flee, it just sort of snorts and paws at the ground, and you hear the orc still sort of yelling at the top of it, and I'm going to be rolling against the 4 that Brim had.
You said I just need to not roll a 1, 2, or 3.
I did. But it depends if I roll a nat 20 or not. Brim, as you rush away, everyone's fleeing, running behind the hills. This creature has not seen you yet. You stumble, thunk, you hit the ground, and everyone, you see the rider atop the dragon. He pulls back on the reins of the creature. It lets out another horrific roar, and his head pivots around. What do you do?
If it looks like he sees me.
No, so he did not see you, but he heard your fall, and you see his head. Now they're searching.
I'd like to go to a hiding space that's opposite of the party.
All right. So then we'll bring up the cam here. You see Brim. He sprints. Let me move the tree just a bit. He sprints over to this side of the hill, away from the rest of the party as you move. And let me roll again. You see, or you hear behind you, because none of you are looking, you're all running. You hear behind you, no, that's not gonna last. And he pulls the reins of this creature away.
I understand Orcish. Can I understand what he's saying?
Hey!
Yes, you can.
That's one of my languages.
You hear him as you hear him pull the dragon away, and he says, I am back, and you will follow all of my commands, you knaves, in an orcish guttural tone. And he says something about rabbits scurrying about the desert of the Kron Hills.
That's a big rabbit.
And he pulls away. Brim, you pull yourself against the camera here. You pull yourself against the side of this hill, and you hear the sounds of the dragon and the rider. They begin to pull away back toward the palisade. The rest of the party, they've spread over to the side, but they're all looking at you. Shorewin, Winston is pulling hard in your grasp.
DM,
Yes.
would I have been able to see Brim cut left?
Absolutely. Yes.
So it looks like, and I can't quite see, but it looks like there's a big rock or
Correct.
blockage directly to our right where we currently stand.
That's exactly right. Yep. So you got a rock over here, the rock formation here, and there's one that Brim is hiding against. The palisade and the fort are this way back over here. So if you're seeing that, I'm kind of pivoting here.
There we go.
Yeah.
So that one directly, there's an orange and yellow tree directly to our right, kind of back a little bit from us.
Yes.
Would I be able to pop a squat right there? When I see Brim head off left,
I don't know if you know what that means. That I don't. No. If you would like to move over there, yes, you can. I think.
as soon as I see Brim veer left, I would like to hook right and hide behind that little cliff.
Over here or over here? One or two? One.
There's one.
Whoops. One. And here's two.
Closer to one. So there's that orange tree that you just knocked over?
Yes. I've knocked over several trees.
Right
yes.
by that cliff over there.
Okay. All right. So you duck.
So more closer to the fort.
Yeah, you duck. You duck over here, Gotcha. Let me put this on the cam. And whoops, I knocked the tree over again. I'm a lumberjack today. All right. So you're hiding behind that tree. Brim, you see this. He ducks over to the side. And
Not quite there, though. Sorry.
Okay, all right, try again.
So where the party is currently,
yes, here.
if you go into the forest to their right.
Okay, so that's
and
further
back.
away from the fort, by the way.
Okay. So yeah, so it'd be but back towards the
Here,
fort.
let me help you here. This dumb. Well, why didn't I do this before? This will help you. All right. So if you look at the camera here, you'll see the fort is back in this direction.
Oh, that's a nice view.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I should have shown this earlier. Sorry. So Brim has spread over here, and the rest of the party is over this way. The dragon and the fort are back that way.
Okay. So directly across from where Brim is, there's a rock formation.
Right. This one.
Delay. Nope. One closer to the fort.
Okay, this one.
The minor delay.
Yes, that one. On the opposite side is the
Delay
fort,
for
but that rock.
Okay, yeah. So you can do that for sure. Yeah. So you sprint over there as they're all running away. You duck behind this rock. Yeah, that's absolutely acceptable for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So you've done that, and now you're on the opposite side. What is everyone else doing?
Question. Dragon and Ryder are facing our direction, or did he move as he was yelling to his orcish friends towards, which way is he physically facing?
Yeah, so I guess you're stopping to look because you were moving the opposite direction.
I'm stopping.
All right, you turn to look and you see that he has actually pulled the reins on his beast and is now moving back toward the fort. So his back is toward you.
Fantastic. Good.
Look how freaking big that dragon is.
It's not small.
No, not even a little bit.
All right. So what are you doing?
I want to take a chance on something, but I'm new to the party, so I don't know if it'll work.
No, do whatever you want, dude. This D&D, man.
All right. I take a look at Winston. Winston calms down a little bit. I nod. I look over at Brim. I send Winston towards Brim.
All right, Winston.
By himself?
He by himself.
Obediently moves toward Brim. Let me pull out one of my chestnut horses here. And Winston sprints away from you toward Brim. As he does so, oh my gosh, you guys are getting so lucky. As he does so, the roar of the dragon and the movement over here, it obscures. No one seems to notice it. Brim, I love it first name. Brim, you see Winston comes running over towards you.
I look at the horse like the freak, and I look over at Shore Winston and
Shore Winston. Oh.
and I'm like,
Can I ask a question about pathing here?
Of course you can.
The big rocks that Brim is next to right now.
Yes.
If he were to travel on my screen south and east around it,
yes.
Would he be hidden from the dragon?
He would.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a motion to Brim because Brim doesn't know, so I don't want to make a motion to Brim to get on the horse.
Brim, you see Shorewin as the dragon and the rider turn back toward the fort, and Winston neighs up to you. Clearly, Winston himself is unsure what's happening. You look over at Shorewin, and Shorewin is motioning for you to get on his horse.
I just kind of do the double take of horse, man, horse, man, and I look the horse up and down How much can you carry?
All right. Wow, Winston. Well done on the morale check. The steed, he kind of bucks up like he understands what Shorewind is saying. An advantage for Winston. The first advantage for a horse ever. That's fantastic.
Winston has 2 advantages now. So
Yeah, he does too. All right, so Winston kind of bucks up.
He's never ridden a horse before. He's very uncomfortable by this. He's not sure whether to like caress the neck first or like.
Question: does Lilith see this happening?
Yeah, like you guys have all you've all moved
like
sufficiently
right
far away, so you're all watching this happen now.
Like he's
She's
frantically.
extremely jealous right now. I should have beard left. Damn it!
He's gonna try and just kind of like hug onto Winston.
You hear Winston, he neighs, like this is some sort of odd approach that you're making to him.
If you see Lilith, she's like.
I jump on the horse, just break his back.
Okay, Hug Like the Girthy cheered for Gimbal Squat. All right, so I'm sorry, we're just silly tonight. I don't know what's going on. All right, so Brim, you swing a leg over Winston's back, and remind me again, you weigh 400. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like 400 some pounds.
You feel his knees buckle, and then he pushes himself up. You feel his legs trembling, and he kind of staggers around the corner with you on his back, out of the way. Clearly uncertain as to what the purpose of this was, but it has in fact worked. You're now around the corner. Winston's legs, they continue to tremble with you on his back, because the 400 pounds, that's just your natural weight. That doesn't count your armor, your club, all your supply. No. There's hundreds and hundreds of pounds on this horse's back. And so, we got a Vivi Giggle fit already.
I think Shorewind just became a donkey.
A burro, yeah, no doubt. So, when you get around the corner, Winston actually drops his haunches and slides you off of his back.
Yeah, I get off and I look back at Shorewind
Shorewind, I look, I smile and nod.
I look at Winston and I just do I'm sorry. I point at Shorewind that was not me.
No, so Winston, as I've already mentioned, he's highly sentient. Yeah. As you do this, you catch what you're quite confident is a nasty look towards Shorewind from Winston. He knows what just happened here, and he doesn't fully understand or agree with it, but he knows.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we've lost Vivi. She's done for the night. All right, so you hear the sounds of the orcs in the distance. You've gotten safely away. It's sort of mid-morning now, and you're in the 16th day of Patchwall. It's a God's Day, and you can hear the normal sounds of the hills all around you, but you're now safely away from the danger. Ashrin walks over and she looks at Shorewind and she says, "What on earth were you doing? Why would you put your horse in that situation? The ogre was far too large for him, and he was able to walk away on his own."
You have to understand, my friend. We do what we can to protect those that need protecting, and I was a bit worried. He stumbled a bit as we were exiting. I was afraid that he may have hurt himself. I was not aware that he could have walked on his own, and as such I sent my steed, a steed who has carried me into battle, mind you, many a times, and returned me safely to him to help. So I apologize if you do not understand, but both my steed and I do.
Why, I meant no disrespect. I'm not sure your steed understands by the way he looked, but I see your point, and yes, very well done, knight. You are noble.
My steed oftentimes disagrees with me, and sometimes he is correct, and I follow his lead. But sometimes I'm correct, and I feel as if in that instance I was. And I look over at Winston. He gives me another dirty look.
And I'd like to believe in this moment that Brim has pulled out the sack of apples that he had bought from Federum, and both of them are just shaking their heads while he feeds Winston apples. Then
so let it be written, so let it be done. So as Winston gives you this sort of a shake of his mane and a bit of an arch look, he's consuming an apple from the hand of Brim.
So we're well clear of the fort now.
Yes, you are. Thank you for the follow, MQ Abazard, I think. We appreciate that. And yeah, by the way, we've got a giveaway tonight. We're giving away those gorgeous dice. Let me pull those back up on the screen for everybody to see from Dice Envy. And I'm going to go ahead and take this quick break to announce the winner of the Mike Disney contest. I like kind of mixing it up, not saving everything for the end, so people don't know. You got to watch to make sure you're part of it. We're giving away these dice later tonight, and you must be present to win, but we'll do that shortly after the break. Now, if you did not see, we had an Overgourd contest on Lore Masters Arcanum. And the amazing, talented Mike Disney. What a fantastic artist. And,
and he's just a delightful person.
No, he is. I listen to him and I'm like, God, I want to be that guy. He's better than me. He's so much fun. He's lighthearted and he's just really, he's a fantastic guy. All right. So, the first winner I need to announce is courtesy of Pat66. And Pat, who is, hold on, let me pull up the victory music here. We need good victory music for this. Hang on, boom, boom. Pat, who is Federum on our Discord. He is one of our longest and most, luckiest viewers because he wins everything.
Everything.
Yeah, he really does. He's fantastically lucky. But also, he who won the contest last week reached out to me on Discord and said, I'm giving it to your daughter. If your 9-year-old daughter submits something, I want to give her the print that I have from Mike Disney. So I don't know if she's watching right now. If she's not, I'll play this for her later. She does often watch. Yay. She's Camelise a lot on the chat if you don't know. And here is her piece of winning artwork. She drew this, and a big thank you to Pat66. You are the man, sir, and my daughter will really appreciate that. The Overgourd print that is coming from the amazing Mike Disney. And hey, Ridiculous, good to see you. I hope you really like the artwork that Frederica did. I know you got that yesterday or today, and that's fantastic. So that's her Overgourd. Now we have 2 more winners. Mike was so impressed, he said he's giving out 2. And so, full color Overgourd prints and pins are going to, first of all, Orion Noir. Orion Noir is my friend. He's a great guy. I've been communicating with him a lot, and he did this amazing artwork. Look at this. Just the detail, the jack-o'-lanterns around it, just really well done. So congratulations, Orion Noir. So well deserved. And then the second winner of the Mike Disney giveaway is... Drum roll, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Evelyn Theater Evie with her amazing. Look at that. Look at that full color, gorgeous overgourd. You're a show off. Such a show off. All right, so both of you, both Aurore Noir and Evelyn, you have full color prints coming from Mike Disney of the overgourd with pins, and we are so thankful. What a fun competition. If you're missing our Wednesday night streams with Lore Master Arcanums, you're missing a fun time. We do something different every week. It's going to be a fun time tomorrow night as well. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Yeah, Pat, we really appreciate that, man. You're incredible. All right. So now we go back. All right, so party, you are around the corner. You have gained some distance from the fort. And while you do hear, again, the sounds of the morning, you can hear the sounds of the dragon and the orcs receding into the distance as you've moved away.
All right. Well, that was a bit more excitement than I was planning on one morning. Who just has a dragon to ride around on? That's my first question.
I'm not sure whether to be impressed or terrified or both. But we can't fight it. That much I know about myself.
No. There's a lot of things I can take on, but I doubt I could do anything against that creature.
Well, we can't just let it be either, though.
But we do have friends amongst the guard at Hamlet, Rufus and Byrne, and we were commissioned to gather information. So, we take our information back, we get extra help, we destroy them all. Sounds like a good idea to me.
I can agree to that.
Ashrin, she leans over, she says, I don't want to speak out of turn, but do you think perhaps the dwarves could help us? Or should we just go back to Hamlet? I do know we left that Yilia, the lass, we did not give her the locket of her husband, and
I'm concerned about trying to get to the dwarves because they're on the other side of this thing. And going around it...
It would be good if we had Rayam with us still, would it not?
Well, she was very rude.
Lilith will take the map out and just unravel it. If we're in a safe spot, she'll open it up so we can look at the map.
Yeah, so you are in a safe spot, and you can pull the map back out, and I'll pull that back up. So...
I have a question
sure.
too, by the way, John.
Yes.
With Millie's sailing background, would she be able to navigate by the night sky?
Oh, absolutely, yes. You have a very strong sense of the night sky and stars. You have good sense of direction, even when you're not on the sea. That would absolutely be something you can do. And so here's the map. And again, so let me kind of pull it around so you can see. This is approximately where you were, if you can see my tiny little cursor, the sort of orcish fort area. And then you came from this direction. This is where the original Kron Hills ambush took place. And then there's Hamlet, and then there's the fort, probably the moat house. So you've traveled past Hamlet, past the Kron Hills, down here into the heart of the Kron Hills, and so you're sort of right here in this area where my cursor is circling.
Question, DM.
Yes.
What do I currently see where I'm at?
As you look around, you see much as you see here, there's is sort of lightly forested hills with pieces of granite. There are pines and poplars, some yew trees around you. There is that chill morning air I've referenced in previous episodes, because you're really in the heart of Patchwall now. So it's fall. The trees have turned, and so you're seeing all of this lightly forested hillside around you. And I'll pull that back up.
And the environment towards the fort, compared to where I'm at, is it busy? Is it pretty dead now? I mean, how secure do I feel in this location as far as being spotted?
Yeah, you've moved a further distance away than I'm showing here on my battle cam, because my table's only 6 feet long. So you're further away. You've gotten a safe distance away from the fort.
Okay. So it sounds like if I'm far enough away that I could continue heading the direction I was to what looked like to be a larger rock formation.
Yes, you can. So let me pull that back up. So you're not with the rest of the party, right? You're a bit away, and so pulling back up the close cam here, and let me show. So Gimbal, you were hiding.
I'd imagine I still know where they're at, and I
absolutely yes you do. That. Yeah, absolutely. So you know they're off to this direction, right, to the southeast and west, or southeast, and then the fort is this way. The dragon is now inside the fort, so let me pull him off the table, and you see the walls of the fort ahead of you. So you're right here. Let me pull that and get you just a bit closer so you can see. So you're right here, and you're hiding, and the fort is there in the distance.
So I'm wanting to continue to head.
Continue to what?
I can't see anymore. So where Gimbal's facing now, towards his right, towards that rock formation.
Okay.
Away from the party.
Oh, okay. This rock formation. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Right, on the edge of the table.
All right. So you duck there?
No, not towards the fort, but
this one.
directly away from the party.
This one here.
All the way to the edge of the table, basically.
Okay, the table has 2 edges, so
yeah. So with the delay where he's at currently,
yes.
Ideally staying further away from the fort, though.
Okay.
I don't want to be out in the open, but I would like to climb up as much as possible up onto that rock formation to get some.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right. So you're climbing up here onto the rock formation, sort of remaining as hidden as you can.
Yes.
Right
exactly.
there. Is that what you want to be?
Yes.
Okay, now we got it. All right. So you scrabble up there, and I need you to make a stealth check for me, please.
Yeah, well, I'm using advantage. So.
I think that's a really good idea. Yeah, I'll laser point it here if you're not seeing it already, everybody. So Gimbal is up top on this part here. The fort is here. The rest of the party is let me move it sort of down this direction here. And I'm going to focus the camera because it's way off on that one. So yes, and your stealth check is?
23.
23. Okay. As you go up, your foot catches on a rock. The rock tumbles to the ground. You drop quickly, and you see one of the orcish soldiers that sits atop one of the palisade parapets. He turns and he looks over in your direction, but you hunker down, and he does not see you. After a moment or so, his eyes go the other direction. You know you are safe.
Perfect. My goal in being up here is, with the height, keeping an eye on the group, also as much as possible peering in or around over the fort, kind of getting a understanding of what's going on.
All right, so as you look inside the fort, I'm going to actually reveal to you what you see. It is the peeping gnome, and I didn't know that he was going to do this, but I love this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the benefit. By the way, the orcs, they had a 19 on the die. If you had not rolled high, you would have been spotted. So well done on that stealth check. As you look over you see, hang on, let me put this guy back in here. All right, so if you can look at your screen, what you can see is the fort is spread around. The massive dragon has lighted himself right in the midst of it. You see what looks like 3 or 4 tents that surround, and there are orcs on each of the parapet walls. There's this one here, which I referenced earlier, or last stream rather, sitting in the center of it looking around, and you actually see humans as well. You see 2 or 3 humans walking around with red cloaks on in the middle of this encampment. You would bet your best guess would be probably 20-ish orcs and a handful of humans, along with Gajol, who sits atop this monstrous dragon. We're going to come back and focus back on Gimbal atop his rock. All right, Gimbal.
I like that.
What are you doing?
Gimbal is first going to crouch down and pat the ground and name this place as his, calling it Gimbal's Rock. So
Okay.
completely going to take advantage of that.
Note it. Gimbal's Rock has been so named.
He will just keep his current spot, keeping an eye, kind of split attention between the fort and the party, not wanting to make any more rocks fall, but also hopefully not being abandoned, but at the same time, understandably so if he is.
All right, so the rest of the party, Brim, you would be the first to note this. You have this really strong connection with Gimbal, and you note that he's not with the party. As you're feeding this apple to Winston, you look around and you actually see Gimbal scrabbling up on top of a rock, really in close proximity to the fort.
Multiple orcish, ogreish, whatever the language I speak, profanities run through my mind.
Is it like a WTF? Is that what we're hearing? Is it
pretty much a WTF? Just like a.
And you see as he scrabbles up, he knocks some rocks off, and he drops to the ground. You see all of this happen in front of you.
And I can see it, but we're all still kind of hidden from the.
Yeah. So you guys are. Okay. You've got good angles, so you're both concealed behind these rocks.
Because I was about to tackle some people. Like, no, we're going down.
Yeah, everybody's well hidden.
I feed the apple, shake my head, see him, and then the party would see him just kind of eyes locked and.
I don't mean to alarm any of you, but Gimbal is on a rock looking into the camp.
Gimbal's where?
So he points, and as he points, you see the gnome. You can barely make him out. He's kind of peeking over a rock.
There's nothing we can do now.
Just kind of shakes his head.
As if you're shaking your head, you'll just feel Lilith's hand by your hand, just taking the apple out of your hand.
I just kind of offer her the bag.
And then feeding it to Winston.
But the opportunist.
She's got Winston vision.
Yes, she does. So, she snatches the bag of apples from your hands, and as she does so, you see Winston. Even before she has the bag, he turns away from you, Brim, and he starts nuzzling her neck.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
When Lilith is being told that she can pet Winston at some time, she just responds with, "Sure, when?"
Oh. Now, don't start that, Josh. I know our chat. We start with that crap, these puns are just going to get way out of control.
Oh, that's good.
That is fantastic. Hey, Rolls with advantage. Good to see you. I'm sorry. I know I've been neglecting our chat tonight, but I'm having so much fun listening to all the role play with the players. So Shorewin, as clearly neither Vivi, Lilith, nor Shorewin or Winston are concerned about Gimbal. They're all sort of in their own world now. Shorewin is watching his horse move really away from him and toward this little Greyhawk elf, and the horse is clearly not focused on whatever's happening with the gnome.
This seems like a very Gimbal thing to do, but I could always use my abilities to be rather sneaky and try to go get him.
I mean, it might just be me, but I'd recommend only one party member at risk at a time.
Fair, I can't even imagine what he might be thinking right now.
It's Gimbal.
So about playing a trick on someone, that's what he's thinking about.
I'm terrified, but that is one of the possibilities.
I'm thinking that's a very likely possibility, which means things might not go very badly very quickly. Oh, great.
All right,
fine.
So Gimbal, you're atop. You kind of pivot over. You see that you're being watched by the rest of the party, with the exception of Lilith and Winston, who are clearly engaged right now in some sort of communication with one another. You see everything that I showed you earlier, so I'll pull that back up on the screen. Hey, thank you so much for everybody watching tonight. We have a big giveaway coming in a little bit. We're going to do our break here in a few minutes, but thank you. We're really happy about all the great viewership that we have. And showing again what you saw, this was what you saw inside the fort. Gajol now atop the Red Dragon. You see the various orcish huts. You see a handful of humans walking around, and of course Gimbal is hiding right here atop this rock, a few feet or a few yards away from the party. Gimbal, what do you do?
So what is the daylight like at this? Is it midday?
Yeah, it's about midday right now. Yeah, it's like noon. The sun is high overhead. It's still cool, but yes, high noon.
So from my view, activity within the fort is probably still going.
Yeah, it's pretty active. Yeah, well, of course, with the as the dragon landed, you see the giant orc. He slides off the back, and in fact, I'll show you what he looks like, since you had a nice vantage point here. This is a little Easter egg I was not expecting to have shown tonight, but you see
it's an Easter egg.
You see this orc. He's monstrous. He's bigger than any of the other orcs, and he's got these huge bones that come up over his neck, and these massive weapons that he holds in either hand. He yells into the fort, and you see orcs scurrying and some of the humans ducking away inside the tents.
Oh, 1 second. I'm sorry. Orc voice. Okay.
No.
So considering that it's still midday, the fort is still active.
Bustling. Bustling.
Yeah, it's still bustling. They're not going to probably die down anytime soon.
No. Yeah, they're very active right now for sure.
Gimbal will look around. Does he see a smooth-ish path? I get that it's a hill and stuff, but I mean, it's something that he doesn't have to climb, that he can more walk, or is it all climbing?
No, yeah, he definitely does. So if you slide down the large rock formation that you're on, let me pull this back up on the ultra-wide cam here for everybody. So where you're at right here, if you slide down, let me put you on the laser pointer, you're here. If you slide down the edge of this rock, you have a fairly smooth pass to the edge of the fort.
Oh.
You see?
I don't want to go towards the fort.
Oh, okay. So you want to go back the other way?
Yeah, like
Yeah. Oh, okay.
directly
Gotcha.
away from the fort. Not even towards the group at this moment. Just directly.
Oh, yeah. So this
on
way.
the opposite side of the
Yeah, absolutely. So you can definitely slide down the backside of this rock. All right. So you all see this. You see Gimbal. He quietly turns. Gimbal, I'm gonna have you make another stealth check, and all I'm gonna say is don't fumble.
Okay. And he wants to take a little rock with him too, like a fist-sized rock.
Okay. So you grab a fist-sized rock from Gimbal's rock, and you start sliding down the edge of the hill.
Is Gimbal Fist another, like, metric?
We've got the Gimbal standard unit, and now we have the Gimbal Fist. I like that.
Like, how many
So, you said just don't fumble, right?
That's what I said, yes.
Okay, so I got an 11, which means I rolled a 2.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so again, like in your enthusiasm for the rock, you unwittingly kick another rock over. All right, I don't know how much more lucky the party can get here. Let's just see. I'm gonna pop this die and put it up on the screen. A 6. All right, so the guards again. You see, they sort of look around, but you slide quickly off the backside of the rock, and they don't see you.
Correct. I will hold my position, understanding that I just made rocks fall. Just give it a moment. Look, give a glance over to the group, give a grin, hold up the rock, and just hold my spot for a couple minutes.
And Millie's just like,
And Lilith is just petting the horse.
All right, so
Shorewind's confused.
So Lilith, as this is happening, Winston, he is now, as you've been hoping for some time, close within your grasp. So we're gonna turn the attention here to Lilith and Winston. Brim stands nearby, watching with a concerned look on his face for the gnome. God, it's too easy tonight, man. Multiple giggle fits. As you turn, let me focus this so you can see it a little bit better. Winston, he continues to nuzzle your neck, consume the apples. You feel a real connection forming with the horse.
I'm gonna look over. I'm gonna look over at Sherwin and be like, "Hey, what's up?"
So Shorewind, you see all this happening. Your horse is definitely being emotionally absconded.
So I'm gonna walk over.
Can we help you?
Can we help you?
You do realize there is a fort full of orcs nearby, and you're allowing Winston to let down his guard when there's very possibly a battle to ensue.
We seem to be safe right now. Is your guard down?
Have you noticed the short one over there?
Yeah, he tends to do that all the time. He disappears on his own all the time.
just a normal day, really.
A normal gimbal day.
I will ever ask politely if you would please finish with the feeding of Winston so he can prepare himself in case a battle is necessary.
I'm getting Winston ready for battle. His knees are still buckling.
All right, so you see Winston ducks his head and almost dutifully shuffles over toward Shorewind.
I'll pat him just on the neck there before he turns away.
And as I pull him slightly off to the side, I look at Winston. What are you thinking?
You see he stops chewing and he drops a piece of half-eaten apple out of his mouth and drops his head.
We will need more training.
Is Lilith see this or no?
Oh yeah, you're seeing all of this. Yes, you see Winston drop the apple. He drops his head. You see Shorewind give him the stern consternation of more training, and Winston kind of side shuffles.
Okay. Noted.
Oh,
Lilith will note it.
he's on the list now.
the most ominous word. Noted. All right. So, you are, again, still just a few hundred yards away from this massive orc fort. Gimbal, you slid down off the rock. Things have quieted down. Are you making your way back to the party, or what are you doing?
Yeah, little by little, very, very cautiously. I understand we're a little ways from the fort, but he'll kind of make an arc back, away from the fort and arc back to the group, just to ensure that he's not seen.
Okay, very good. So with that caution, no additional checks need be made. Millie, you're the first to see Gimbal as he sneaks back around from the other side of the rocks.
And she's got kind of a very tense smile on her face, like, "Hello, dear, what were you doing?"
I got a rock.
Yes, there's lots of those around here. Maybe not
Yeah,
so
but
close.
I also named that big rock over there. That is now Gimbal's rock. And this is part of Gimbal's rock. And on top of Gimbal's rock, I found out, and it'll just kind of like, in a very snarky but kind of playful way with the group, just kind of elevate himself and fight. I found out that there are roughly 20 orcs in there. There's one on each wall, one in the center tower, and it'll just go on rambling. And there's a red dragon with the leader on top of it. There's also about 5 humans on there, and a total of about 20 orcs all in the whole fort that I could see anyways.
Good work. That's actually very useful information that we can give to the people that work for Rufus and Byrne. So I think
We're not
we
gonna
should
go in there?
do that. Not right now. We are woefully unprepared to handle that many orcs and a dragon.
What if we just one by one? I mean, and there's probably also the 14 that we saw leave.
Yes, so let's add, that makes 34 orcs, some humans, and a dragon.
Oh, and the humans were wearing red cloaks. So that's something to note too.
Okay.
And, they probably have a lot of gold on them also.
Yes, I like gold, but let's get other people to help us get that gold.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we could probably. I don't think we gotta go back. I mean, we could probably, take them out little by little. We just gotta find a good choke point and take them out.
I thought about that, but for a leader of that strength, it doesn't seem like he would have any of his men go missing. And from what I've seen in past days of martial prowess, I don't think that will work for us.
By the way, little tidbit, I caught something that he was saying.
Oh.
I actually can speak Orcish, by the way.
Oh.
Small detail. There are lots of half-orcs on pirate ships. Anyway, he said something about rabbits. Lots of rabbits scurrying amongst the deserts of the hills or something like that.
Why is he looking for rabbits?
I think he might have been speaking metaphorically.
Oh.
The metaphorical ogre. Or
Gimbal,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps next time you go wandering off, you let somebody know first?
We were kind of running for our lives right there. I just took coverage, and then you were. Lilith, what were you doing?
Oh, I have an in with Winston.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Lilith, you are completely right. I should have let you guys know.
Okay, yeah. I think, it'd just be better. Well, then we can keep an eye on you and know what's going on.
Yeah, that's a good point. But that is Gimbal's rock back there. So is this, but that's Big Gimbal's rock.
This is Can I see the rock?
Yeah, there you go. He was about to ramble on about how that's Big Gimbal, but this is regular Gimbal, and so on and so forth. But yep, here you go. That's my rock.
And what does it look like? Just a regular rock?
Yeah. I mean, it might be some kind of agate or just a regular rock. It's just basically a rock from this.
What do you plan on doing with this, Gimbal?
I don't really know yet.
Can I have it?
Yeah, I mean, I got a big one over there. Yeah, go ahead. You can have it.
I'm gonna write down Gimbal's rock.
Gimbal, I don't know how gnomes are with dwarves, but Ashton put forth the smart idea of going to the dwarves possibly for help.
I think I said that before we even came here.
Yes, you actually mentioned that, and Ryan nixed that basically right off the bat.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it might not be a bad idea. They're a lot closer as far as getting there and coming back. She said something like 15-ish miles plus some hills.
Lilith will open the map and kind of look at where to show where everybody is.
Yeah,
all right, so
But it is closer if we do go to the dwarves.
yeah,
and
even if there's a
backtracking
couple
all
of
the way
days
back.
of hills and stuff, because of valleys, then we
Yeah.
would still get there and back. And I mean, Brim, dwarves are more hardy than humans.
But to bring up a
Both?
little tiny point, we don't know these dwarves.
We know
Brother Smith warned us that we might need to not go up with Brim when we meet these dwarves because they probably would not react well to his presence, and we don't even know if they would be willing to help us to begin with. So it would be smarter, I would say, to go back to the people we know will help us.
I was thinking of the same conundrum myself.
I mean, I can make Brim smaller so he's not so he doesn't stand out so much.
DM,
yes.
would I know anything about the Grey Dwarves? Even fables of them?
Yeah, I'm thinking of Brim's background. I'll say, like, generally, yes, sort of like fables and, nothing specific.
I think even shrinking me might not be the best course of action. Whether I look like a half-orc or a grey dwarf, so I've heard.
Oh.
I will not be well received.
That makes sense. And you would still look like you. You'd just be smaller.
Yeah.
But a couple of us, Millie, well, I don't know Millie, but maybe Lilith, maybe the two of you. I mean, DM, what would I know about dwarves?
So you have actually a good knowledge of the Kron Hills.
Right.
The gnomes are throughout these hills, and the area that you're looking at on the map up here, pretty well would correspond with Rockholm, which was the repopulated, or sort of the newer in the sense of the last couple of 100 years of dwarves that migrated from the southern Lort Mills in the area of Ulek, and they now inhabit this. So
is it Rock Hall or Rock Home?
Rock Hall. Sorry, did I say Rock? Yeah, sorry. My bad.
I just wanted to make sure.
It's actually called both at times, but yes, Rock Hall is what you would most likely know it as. And so that those dwarves reside there. They are a strong population. The leader of those dwarves rumored to have a massive golem that attends him.
Question, DM.
Yeah.
Would I have run into any dwarves in my travels?
Oh, good question. Let's have you roll a knowledge local. Do knowledge geography local. So knowing where you're from, you're right there on the edge of the Lort Mill Mountains, the southern part of them, in the area of Ulek. Thank you. Oh, Daedra! Man, I haven't seen Daedra in a minute. Daedra is another, like Owlie B and Pat and Redbeard, old school, and there's probably some others here I missed, but he was one of our first followers. It's good to see Daedra again. All right, sorry, go ahead.
Only got a 4.
Yeah, so I mean, like, obviously you know of dwarves,
right.
But you and your liege stayed more toward the forested areas. You often ranged into the Sus and the Welkwood, so you had never really had a lot of direct interaction with the dwarves.
Okay.
Would Gimbal have close or even decently close but distant connections throughout the hills
Yeah, absolutely.
that he could find?
Potentially. Yeah, that's so. If that is that, like, you tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you what's going to happen. Like,
So I'd bring that up to the group. If Gimbal is aware that, hey, you know, our gnomes, you know, there's fellow gnomes throughout the hills. I spent a lot of time in Corn, but yeah, I mean, we're all throughout this area. If we wanted to try to locate them even on our way to the dwarves, we might be able to find them and make some connections that way. That wouldn't be too hard.
Another point of order that might be good to think about is letting the different cities know about the dragon. Because they've already been attacking the road just with their bandits. If that dragon was to get north, it could mean the destruction of cities.
And again, so just so, some of our viewers may have missed this last week, but to be clear, the dragon is what you would call an immature red dragon. Its wingspan 20-25 feet, perhaps still intimidating and fearsome, but this is not, you know, this is not Ancalagon, this is not Smaug coming down and just like wiping out entire cities, but it is certainly enough to scare the living crap out of 5 second level characters. So, Gimbal, let me have you make a knowledge local, please, and let me know what your score is as you roll that. And I want you to do it at a +5, based on what we're doing here.
Knowledge. Local.
And while we're waiting for that, we're going to take our break here in just a second. And thank you so much for all of our followers. And yes, Brim, the incredible pen stash, always doing that for us. Don't think I've forgotten your Monster Mondays. You're going to do those for us on break if you're willing to, sir. And we have...
No peeing allowed.
No breaks, no real rest. You must perform. He snarled like a monkey. All right, so this is these amazing, beautiful Dice Envy dice. I'll pop those back up. We're going to give those away coming here on the back half of the break. And I saw Aura Noir was in just a few moments ago. He was not in when we announced that he had won. So I'm going to congratulate him again. Aura Noir, one of the 2 winners of our Mike Disney giveaway, and I'll pop his art back up here on the monitor as well. So congratulations, my friend. Really good friend of the channel. Somebody that we're going to be working with here in the future. He and I are working on a few projects right now, just kind of collaborating and talking about ideas. And congratulations to him as one of our 2 winners. And then, of course, the dice giveaway coming up after the break. So before we go to break, Gimbal, what was your roll?
You see Gimbal, he takes off his hat as he starts to think, kind of wrings it in his hands a little bit, puts it on backwards. He got a natural 20, +7, +5.
A nat 20?
Yeah.
Oh.
Gimbal.
So, 32.
So Gimbal, as you're discussing this, it suddenly comes to mind. You'd almost forgotten, but now as you're looking at the lay of these hills, there's something about Gimbal's Rock which brings to remembrance for you. You had a childhood friend that lived just a mile or 2 to the south of here. There is an enclave of well-armed and gnomes where you have a personal friend.
And his name or her name?
His name? Yes, I knew you'd ask that.
John.
Because I did not know you were going to roll a nat 20 on that check, dude. So this
Sure.
all right, so his name is Garim. And Garim he was a bright-eyed young childhood friend of yours, part of the Alas gnomes, the Alas who are just about a mile or 2 from south of here, you often would play with them in your childhood, and you didn't really recognize where you were at because you would normally come from the southern direction. You know, you had not really come from the Hamlet area before, and so this was all kind of orienting for you, but something about seeing Gimbel's rock, boom, everything locked in for you, and you realize where you are.
Okay, perfect.
All right, we're going to go to break with, again, I just have no idea where these things are going, and well done, that's super cool. So the giveaway is coming after the break. We've got also the Monster Monday performances coming from Josh. And so Josh, we're gonna call this a quick 7 to 8 minute break. I'll let you use the restroom or grab coffee, and then you are on, sir. I want both.
It's fine. I'll do them now so that when everyone else is going to the bathroom, the people can vote, and then I can go.
All right, so go ahead, hit us with the Monster Monday performance, sir.
Are we already on break?
Yes, we're on break. We're on break.
Okay, sorry, just want to make sure. Yeah, okay. So the one from 2 weeks ago is...
My claws, they scrape the temple floors. Your party moves down corridors. Down hall by wall you move within sight. I see you close in the dead of night. Fire rumbling within my chest. The taste of grass upon my breath. My fur does warm me in the night air. When you finally look up, I am there. Perch while prowling, I careen down while growling. My maw agape, flamed as a spew. Skulls break like grapes, and so will you. A beast in my own right, I'll tear you in two. So think twice, dear adventurer. I would if I were you.
So, please guess in the comments at what creature you think that was.
That was scary. We already got some guesses in there. Hey, good to see you, Reed Lurkenstein. Didn't notice you earlier, Sperry14. Thank you so much, everybody. And some guesses. My ex. well played, Steve. A gargoyle. That's correct. It was correct, Steve. Who knew all along? It was really just for you.
It was all just for you. I feel that. No, it was a chimera. The fur does warm them, the grass upon the breath, the fire in the chest.
Yeah, well done. Well played. All right, and then number two, and I'm going to drop us to the break screen here, but they will still be able to hear you. So, number two.
It's time to pay, I say, as through the door I sway. Your blood is boiling, your life was toiling, each and every day away. You made the deal, I'm here to collect. Look into my eyes, it's too late and yet. You try to fight the walls of flame. You try to flee with you and your dame. You try to push against the grain, when my mace and I bring only pain. A fireball thrown again and again, hunting down you and all your friends. You can't escape a deal, and in my fear field, I see the horror in your eyes when your nightmares are made real.
Wow.
I'm the pits of despair. I lift you into the air. You feel my fangs bite in. Your healing no longer works, and the poison rushes within. No flame or poison hurts me. Your hits are doing nothing. I almost feel bad, but you should feel glad, as the contract is almost concluding.
Wow. All right, so don't tell anybody. Let the guesses pop in the chat. We got a few minutes on break here. We'll let everybody go use the restroom. You pop your guess in the chat, and we have the back half of the Wayward Bolt Greyhawk Awakening. The Krons are alive with the sound of dragons.
Oh man, I need an apple now.
Right?
I'm many? Also, I meant to ask Lilith, how many apples are left in that bag?
I don't know. I fed them all. I'm pretty sure.
Oh. Winston's gonna have an upset stomach.
No,
He really
Winston was
is.
Still if he was still eating, he was still hungry.
That's his fault.
That was a lot of work carrying you.
Hey now. Watch
His
it.
knees went from buckling under Brim to being weak for Lilith,
Oh.
pulling for Sherwin.
Oh man. Gonna hate it when that horse dies.
Horse is not dying. How dare you?
I'm pretty sure Lilith will sacrifice all of us to save Winston.
100%. 100%.
I had the plan that if Winston was discovered, then I was going to go out with Winston and pretend to be a dumb ogre that was trying to catch the horse as his meal.
Oh.
Ooh, that's quick thinking.
And I was like, oh fridge. Okay.
Winston knows how to roll, though, better than I do.
And he now
He
has
has
two advantages, so
I know.
even better.
I'll be right back.
Me too.
No, you're not allowed to go.
Oh, right. My diaper. Forgot.
No peeing allowed.
No pee for the wicked.
No pee.
No pee for the wicked. Toilets
Totally
don't
get
grow
it.
on
You
trees.
can go pee. Go
Okay, fine.
pee. I was just joking. In true typical fashion, I'm just trying to eat on break.
You know, like you do.
You know, I bet that picture could make a nice meme.
Of me eating chicken wings?
Yeah.
Probably.
Not even like a. What the heck?
Food first, always.
I reset up my area, and I can never like actually get my camera right until the middle of stream.
Do you move it every time, right? Or do you
No,
leave
it's just it's like because I can't put it up to check it ahead of time. I've had it in a couple spots, but it just isn't right because I'm always like way up here in the camera.
I have a bit of advice. If you have any like little like label sticker type things, mark it on your monitor where your camera is.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Where the center of your camera is, and then it'll be there every time because then you can just move it back to the mark.
Oh no.
Oh.
But what I mean is, in its previous positions, I was all up in the camera,
Oh, gotcha.
so I'm trying to get the distancing right.
Distance, right? Gotcha.
Mm,
I see. Understanding now.
understand.
And I got to move my green screen down. I have it hanging up.
Oh.
Look at that magic! Boom! That's
I was like, that's really
Cool.
freaky.
That is pretty freaky.
Also, I can't wait to shave this freaking beard.
Bit by bit.
I
Bit
keep
by
seeing
bit.
you like stroke it, and I'm like, oh, it's so sad.
Yeah. It's
I'm like,
because like
Soon.
it's so annoying.
annoying.
It's so annoying.
Oh my goodness! I completely hear you, John. Because
Wow.
Josh.
I'm not that cool. Come on.
Because I can't let my beard or hair grow out. I get my hair to go, but when it's starting to get down to my eyebrows,
Mhm.
it's done. Like I'm just have had it.
Oh, I
I
mean,
never get it past my eyebrows.
That's when you just put it back, push it back.
Nah,
and
but
back.
it's just
Look
short
at
enough that I can't.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Oh, people are already saying never say that.
I know.
Josh.
I'm sorry, guys. But I'm shaving it for a good cause, and you guys will find out. Or have we been public about it? No.
I don't know.
No, not
This is
yet.
the first time you mentioned it.
It's fine. It's a secret,
Figure
guys.
out.
You'll find out.
I know the secret.
It's a secret. Let me tell you all about it.
That's
Listen
me,
here,
though.
I have a secret, but I can't tell you. But I'm gonna tell you, so just be quiet.
Secrets.
It's a secret, guys. So like, as long as they
Secret.
say it quietly, like
Got
it
it.
stays a secret.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Works.
What's that saying from The Office? Secrets. Anybody watch The Office?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Secrets. hurt someone. What is that? Oh, damn.
Secrets are no fun. Secrets
hurt someone. There you go. Thank you. I was like, I knew it was somewhere there. When Michael Scott was talking to the stripper.
He's shaving from how big.
You did hear a Gandalf quote. That was me.
Probably the most happiness.
I'm trying to do it.
I mean, so to give you a rundown of what's been happening, a group of defunct, semi-bumbling heroes meet a horse and a hero. And we now find a adolescent dragon and an orc fort, and we're deciding whether to take the orc fort on, go back home, and retire as dairy farmers.
Yes, dairy farmers sounds nice.
Are you guys not thinking about that? Is that just Brim?
We could head to the sea and hang out with my pirate crew for a while.
There you go.
Let's just
Melissa's
throw
never
John
been to the
for a
sea
loop.
before. She wants to go. Take me with you.
Let's just really mess with John and be like, yeah, we're going to become pirates.
Anyway, so we're just going to leave and become pirates.
Mess with him anymore. I've already kind of done him in for the night.
When he
Thank
comes
you,
back, we'll let-
Lurkin.
oh, look, perfect. He's back.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
We have a
Hey,
plan.
John.
Hi.
Why did I feel like you were
Don't
conspiring
say
against me?
anything.
What?
No, never.
Nothing's going on here.
Nothing. What?
Nothing.
Nothing. To look, nothing. To,
Nothing, not a thing.
Everyone act normal.
How do you do
I
that?
do got a question for you, John.
all right. Let me hear the question.
How do you spell his friend's name, and how do you spell their group?
So the friend's name is Garim. Got him.
Garin.
And the group name is Eros. So Eross.
And is Garin like it's G-A-D? Like it's
No,
pronounced with a D?
Garim. 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 Garim.
Garin.
Got him.
And Garim. And Eros. And look, hey, isn't this fun, Rory? Because we talked about this, on our 2DMs podcast, and I do. So this is a good sort of OOC moment for a lot of our fans and viewers. And by the way, thank you so much. A lot of new followers again tonight, and we're just really, really grateful for all the support from the community. If you're not following, please give us a follow. It's going to help you when we do the giveaway. We always weight the giveaways to subscribers and followers. We got lots of new subs. Not to do follow. Okay, you guys want to do it? I can tell. All right. So if you're not following us right now, and if you haven't given us a sub, we have one question for you. What are you doing? Give us a follow, please. We appreciate all the growth. We are really happy to be one of the fastest growing D&D Twitch streams in the world. And we talked about this. What are you doing there, Shorewin?
I'm Instagramming that we're having our show. So you can also follow the Instagram for Blue Box.
You can do exactly that. So fantastic. Yeah, exactly. And thank you for the follow. It was Hootie Hoot. Thank you for that. And so, look, this whole idea of ad hoc improv, I want everyone to know that that's what Blue Box is also about. So while we have these great, let me pull this back up for everybody to see. We've got these cool setups and all the terrain. I'm going to kind of go off script here. So you see all this stuff behind me. There are different setups over here that are ready just in case the players might do something I think that they might do.
Ooh,
and
look
so,
at that knee.
Yeah. so we have all of this terrain set up, but it is never intended to be a railroad. I want the players to go off script and to take me in other directions, and we go pure improv. I had no intention of having gnomes associated with Gimbal on the stream tonight, but that's the nature of D&D, and so I never want. If I'm kind of preaching here for a second, but anybody that's new to the game or any DMs that you're really wanting to grow what you're doing and make it real for your players, that's great. Invest in minis or Roll20 or Fantasy Grounds and whatever else you're doing, but always keep the improv part of the game and the sort of unexpected real and alive. And by the way, I have no idea what the heck that means I'm going to do tonight, but we'll see. All right. So the winner of the Brim's second Monster Monday What was it, and who guessed it first?
It was the Pit Fiend.
Ooh,
And I totally know exactly who said it first, because I totally knew that.
Because he was peeing well.
I was...
It was.
I think Pat 66.
What,
Yeah,
again,
Pat.
not Pat. Really? Again, Pat?
It's always him.
It's always
Yeah, I'm
Pat.
pretty sure. It's definitely Pat.
Okay. Thought
Hey,
so.
Josh, good to see you, sir.
Between Pat, yeah, it was.
It was I. All right, Pat.
Yep, it was Pat.
Not just a winner with luck, a winner with actual knowledge and being just like attuned. So well played, sir. Okay, so we're going to come back to the party now, and we will have our giveaway here coming up. These Dice Envy dice we're going to give out in a bit. And thank you so much, everybody. Tell your friends, have them join us. We're really enjoying all the growth in the community, and we appreciate it. Okay, so it's midday. It is the 17th, I think 17th, of Patchwall. 16th of Patchwall. Yep, perfect. And it is I love it when my players tell me what day it is. That's fantastic. And you're in the Kron Hills. You've just retreated a bit from this fortress that you found, which really corresponded quite accurately to the map that you found in the moat house. And that map, I'll bring that back up for any that did not see it earlier, that's Orenoir's art. Well done, sir. It was this map here. And so you are now in the midst of the Kron Hills, and Gimbal has just had this sort of epiphany that he has some close friends nearby, and we resume action now.
Question, DM.
Yes.
According to how the map is right now, are we to the east of the fort?
So you're sort of to the south and west. So you're like right here. You came at it this way, if you can see my cursor, and you're now sort of right here. You remember your friends and the Eros clan to the north here, on the opposite side of the fort.
Okay. That's what I was just trying to orientate to the
Right.
map. And so I just relay that. Oh, so by the way, should have thought about this sooner. I actually have a really good friend that I've known for a long time. He is on the other side of, he's on the north side because we're southwest of the fort, if anyone didn't know that. He's on the north side. He's got a clan up there. I used to play with him all the time. Really great, really skilled individual and clan. That would be an option. We used to play on Gimbal's Gnome all the time, or Gimbal's Rock before this fort was here.
Gimbal's Gnome. Oh no. Oh no.
Did you guys hear drums? Or something?
I think maybe we should take
We gotta
cover.
get moving.
Yeah.
There was still the orcs that passed us earlier, and I don't think we're just in a safe spot staying here. We should probably...
Maybe we could utilize this time to hide and potentially... How far are we from the fort? Are we like a half mile, quarter mile?
You're like a quarter mile away.
I mean, maybe we could take this time to take cover, but maybe tactfully kind of just put a dent in them before we skip town.
And that would be putting a target on our back as we're running elsewhere.
Okay.
Astrid says, I never thought I would see the day when the gnome is the boldest of the party.
Ashrin, would you like to please be first on the line and not the ogre who will pretty much go down almost every time?
Oh, would that be the same ogre that I have healed time and time again, sir?
Exactly. That's what I would like to avoid.
At this point, Shorwin pulls out his shield and his sword and says, I will take the front.
Ooh.
I'm not even saying we fight. I'm just saying maybe we can take cover, and if they're strategically in my benefit of range, or we could just, not even engage and just look and see, kind of like I did on my rock over there.
I think not engaging is the correct thing to do.
Yeah, some people like to not engage. They like to just... Anyways, we could just do that, yeah.
What do you think Uthar would have done?
Oh, Oh, never mind.
Well, let's see. He would have run face first right into the first orc that we saw
Right.
and got
Clinging
this orc
and
killed in
clanging
about
all the way
5
there.
minutes.
Millie, Lilith.
Don't put me into a giggle fit. I can't. I'm a DM. I can't giggle fit. That's.
We should probably, whether we engage, don't engage, or just leave, we should probably do it sooner than later,
Should
though.
leave. Let's leave.
I'd say let's head west.
Wait, west. Don't we want to go? Where are we
the north.
going?
Toward the dwarves.
Okay.
If we're going to the gnomes, either way, we need to head west and circumvent
Yeah,
the orcs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
I mean,
take cover to the west for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how far west you want to go, but yeah, that's a good point, Brim.
The chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, Lord Forth, Joss, Oranwar, the fan. Select Striker 2. Yes, exactly. Lots of extraplanar creatures. All right, so you head then to the west. Is that what the party's doing?
So it sounds like we're going kind of southwest to loop away from the fort. Like,
Okay.
Plenty of distance between us and them.
I think that makes sense. All right, so you turn. Shorewin, do you mount Winston again, or do you lead him along? Go ahead.
I will lead him initially until I feel as if we're out of earshot, at which point I will indeed mount.
Okay. All right. And as you're doing this, give me your marching order. So it's not constrained, but it's not super wide either. So I think 2 or 3 at a time. So
Me
who's
in the front.
Okay. So Millie is in the front, and who else?
Lilith behind Sherwin and Winston.
All right, Lilith, stalking Winston. All right, and then Gimbal.
Sure. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Are you moving?
I was going to say Sherwin would like to be as near the front as possible.
Okay, all right. So you're right up there with Millie, and Winston beside you. Brim?
I'll take the back.
All right, Brim in the back. We got you there. Gimbal.
Gimbal will be
Still atop Brim, or
walking next to him.
walking next to Brim?
So behind Lilith, next to Brim.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're right there.
Right, got it. All right. So, again, thank you to Atris for all these amazing minis. If you don't know on the stream, this is Gimbal right here. This is Brim, pretty easy to spot. This is Lilith with the owl. Let me turn her a little bit this way so you can see her better. This is Ashrin. That mini was painted by my daughter, so don't hate on it. And then we have Evelyn here, and Shorewin and Winston at the front. So you start moving through the Kron Hills. You can't help but sort of turn over your shoulder periodically and look as you travel. It's tough going. So even when you remount Winston, Shorewin, you have to be very cautious. The rocks are easily turned and could hobble a horse. You have this expert horsemanship, so as you leap on top of him and start to ride him, I'm going to have you make a check on your riding skill.
And as we're going, I'm basically acting in the same function that Ryam did. I'm scouting and keeping watch.
All right.
I want to say, I got to double check something before I tell you, because
And while you're doing that,
you gave me something extra in
I did.
wrote it down.
Yeah, I did. I gave you +5.
+5.
Yeah,
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Oh, thank God.
And by the way, Reed, yes, that's correct. So Brim does have an axe now. He pulled it off the dead body of the leader of the bugbears that attacked them in the last episode. So he now has both studded leather armor and this massive two-handed axe.
You gave me +10 in ride, +5 in
animal
equestrian handling.
That's right. Yep, you're right. Okay.
Whew. Yeah, baby. Okay, that puts me at 14 and not 4.
So you see, stop it, Vivi! You're killing me. Every time you do that, I lose my concentration. So you guide Winston. He almost turns a hoof. But you manage to sort of bring him back to heel, and you hobble your way through. Slowly, the sun begins to set. It gets later and later in the day. You get about 2 to 3 miles now west of the orc fort, and you're confident you're out of range, so you could either continue further to the west toward the dwarves, or you can head now north toward the gnomes that Gimbal has referenced.
So are we stopped, or are we still moving at this point?
You're still moving, but it's getting later,
Okay.
sort of later in the day now, so...
So I'm going to say to Millie, I'm going to ask, what is your take? Gnomes have been spoken about, dwarves have been spoken about. I have not dealt with either of them. Which might make the better partners in this battle?
Well, I've worked with some dwarves in my time, and I find that they are very feisty individuals, and they like a good fight. So, I think of the options, though I don't know many gnomes myself, other than our dear friend Gimbal, I think the dwarves might be the better of the two options.
Indeed. I trust your decision-making.
Well, thank you. At least someone here does.
So you're hearing all this. You guys are traveling. You're by yourselves now. You're in the Kron Hills. The brown and sort of in places desolate hills, still dotted with these trees, which have turned all of these gorgeous autumnal colors. And as you get closer to dusk now, the sun gleams over the horizon through some clouds, casting this gorgeous ambient hue across the hills. And even just now, just a few miles removed from the orcs, there is again this peace, this gorgeousness of this area. And Gimbal in particular just seems to be spry and light of foot.
Well,
Do we know how far we've traveled?
Yeah, as I said, like 2 to 3 miles from the orc fort. You know, it's far enough now, bringing back up the map here, that you are well away from it. So you would guess, if you can see, let me pull this up here. You can't see that hand there. You're somewhere like right here. If you can see my little tiny cursor moving around on the screen. So you've gotten, so you have what is marked here as Rockholm or Rock Hall here. Pretty safe guess. But then Gimbal, he knows of this gnomish group, which is up here. So you can go either direction.
Okay.
Or you can go back to Hamlet, or you can head south to Ulek and just junk it all. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, so what we were talking about on break is that we are going to go and become pirates, all of us.
Okay, all right.
I believe Sherwin will choose not to do that. Although
You could get a hippocampus and still be it.
Sasha scored. The orcs are like, the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. Yeah, don't think I didn't know that, Sasha scoring. All right, sorry.
Is it getting dark enough that we should set up camp?
I mean, it's duskish, so it's not dark yet, but it's getting there now. You're several hours. It's when I say 3 miles, that's slow travel in the Kron Hills. Particularly as Shorewind tries not to hobble Winston, and as they're picking their way through the hills, you see the normal flora, fauna, but nothing really catches your eye that's concerning. But it is now getting toward dusk.
I think we need to decide whether we're going to go to the dwarves or see the gnomes.
indeed.
I mean, we could just kind of stay here now and then go in the morning, get a, in case, because if we stumble in one of these hills, I mean, for Brim it might not be so far, but it can be a very far fall if you stumble in the wrong area. And at night, that's not so good.
He does bring up a good point.
I mean, stumbling at any time would be not good.
Yeah, but when you disappear in the night
Yes.
darkness,
Yeah, then we can't find you.
Yeah, and I'm already short enough, so I don't need that kind of help.
Yes, let's not be launching Gimbal into the abyss, if at all possible, I think.
As Gimbal looks up at Brim, kind of like with a smirk, and back down at Millie.
All right.
What's happening?
Well, it's getting dark.
Yeah.
Ish. I think let's go until at least the sun is properly down, and then we'll make camp for the evening. No fire.
No fire. Gimbal, about your friends. So, do you think they would help us fight, or?
I mean, it's possible. You know, I mean, it's as good as saying that the dwarves are going to help us, except that I do know Garin, and so him and his clan can be good fighters, you know, and so.
Do they have magic like you do, dear?
All right, it's been a little. DM, how long has it been since I've seen him?
It's been like 10 years.
Okay.
By the way, I'm not demonic. I have the night camera on here now for the view, and it makes me look super red. So no one freak out. I'm not. So yes. Anyway, it's been about 10 years since you've seen him.
Yeah, so it's been like 10 years, but I mean, gnomes are, you know, they're kind of favored that way in general. But you know, whether it's magics or, I mean, who wants to get snuck up? Anyways, I won't go down to that story. He probably wouldn't like me telling that about him anyways. So, I mean, we're across the... And he just kind of stumbles because he's trying to answer the question, but it's been so long that he can't adequately give you an answer.
Lilith will look over to Millie. I think maybe the doors are the best bet. I think you're right. What are you thinking?
I mean,
I will say dwarves are loud.
Personally, if it was me to choose, I know what to expect when that comes to dwarves, having worked with them in the past, but with Gimbal having a friend amongst the gnomes, they might be of help. I don't know, honestly, and perhaps we try the dwarves first, and if they aren't willing to help, we come back by the gnomes on our way back.
Grim? You seem awfully quiet on the subject.
I mean, I've made a lot of decisions in the past few days and said my piece about a lot. And I trust you all to make the decision, and as part of the Wayward Bolt, I'll uphold whatever you guys decide.
I think the new knight, he seems to have a great deal of sensibility to him. Perhaps we should listen to what he says.
She pulls out her flask and takes another drink.
Can I?
Lilith will hand her or bring her hand out and like kind of just go like this at Millie. Just like hand it over.
Brim upends his milk.
Hand it over.
Can Gimbal do like a motivation, or I don't know what it's called, but like
a sense motive?
Yeah, on
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, roll.
like basically, is she like flirting with him?
Yeah, I get what you're asking. Go ahead, roll your sense motive. It's not a tough roll, by the way. It's like a Gimbal stealth check. It's not that hard.
It's called sense motive, so that's a 13.
Yeah, so you sense both an earnestness and a genuine flirtation. She clearly has a liking for Shorewin.
Oh man. Sherwin, what do you think?
I have not dealt with dwarves nor gnomes in any distinct manner. I would just choose the one who can fight the best, and I will allow you all to make decisions. She's dealt with dwarves, and he appears to be a gnome, so decisions should be made amongst those two.
Well spotted, Sherwin. I think Millie makes a fair point, going to see the dwarves first, and then if we can't procure them, we can go to see the gnomes. Are you okay with that?
Does that seem fair to everyone else? I don't want to...
Gimbal?
Man, that's fine with me. Just remember, we're going like about another 13 miles west or 2 miles north. And Brim brings up the point of how long do we take. So if we go that far west, we also have to come back east.
True.
So my only objection would be, if time is a concern, we should consider that we're looking at, a half a day's journey there and tomorrow, providing the landscape is good, or a couple days journey over to the dwarves if they accept us.
Your reasoning seems very sound. I think that might, especially if there is the possibility of this dragon rider starting to attack the smaller villages. Do you know how many gnomes are in the settlement?
Melon.
So you're hearing now the night sounds, and there are owls and crickets and various other creatures of the Kron Hills which are echoing through these sort of canyons formed by the narrow hills.
Dagger is out so that I have my infravision.
Brim will slowly begin setting up camp.
Yep. Let's
Maybe I
camp
was
here.
being a little paranoid. What did you say, Millie?
I was just asking, do you know how many gnomes are in the settlement? That might be able-bodied and willing to help.
DM, would I be able to recall?
So it's been, like I said,
time, how many?
It's been 10.
Yeah.
As I said, so it's been 10 years or more since you were there. But you know there were hundreds of gnomes that were in that settlement.
Oh, that's quite a bit. I mean, over 100, over 2, 3. There was a lot.
All right, that sounds perfectly reasonable to me then. Sure.
How many of them fight or would be willing? I don't know, but there's a lot of them there.
Well, a few more than the 6 of us would be much better odds, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
Do I have
And I like good odds.
Do you happen to notice that there's anything in the sky?
So you see both moons have begun to swell in the sky, and you see that there's a light cloud cover, but the stars are still, bright but dimmed by the light of both moons, and nothing else in the sky.
I'm going to watch the rocks around us. Make sure there's nothing hiding around there.
Okay. All right. So Millie is watching rocks. Lilith is watching the sky. What's everyone else doing?
I'm still setting up camp.
All right. So you set it out, I assume, or don't let me assume anything. Are you setting a campfire, or what are you doing?
No,
No
heck
campfire.
no. Heck no. I'm going to try and get close to like... Hey,
I
I'm gonna
love
try and get
player
close to
paranoia.
a-
This is awesome.
Yeah, campfire. If we have anything that resembles flares, that'd be
Flares,
awesome.
like sparks, fireworks up in the.
I might have some marshmallows in the pockets. We can roast them,
I'll be trying to do backflips this whole time.
I'm going to
Winston,
start
make
my
your noise.
training now and do it all night.
All right, so no campfire, I assume. But you set up, you gather around. You've got nice cover here, as you can see on the camera. The rocks, several trees around. The night air of the Kron Hills grows more and more chill as it settles. Ashrin settles down, and go ahead.
Sorry, and as usual, I set up the tent for Ashrin. It's going to be kind of linked between that red tree and the rock and the leather piece or the canvas piece over top of it.
Okay. All right.
Lilith will take first break to meditate, and then she'll be ready for the rest of the watch.
All right.
I'll
So
take second watch.
all right. So you got first, Brim.
As always, yep.
Okay.
Second as I do.
I'd like to help with third watch.
I will also be there for third watch.
So
Is there? Is the landscape here?
kind of going forward, at least for a little bit, Gimbal is going to, unannounced to everyone, kind of see if the landscape provides, kind of be that high point lookout.
Yeah, just, absolutely. So
not without telling anyone. Without telling anyone.
Oh, without telling anyone. So Gimbal references nothing and kind of walks away. And Gimbal, as you turn to the side, you see there's a nice high spot here. And I'm going to put you right here so you can see.
Do I notice him walk away?
Yeah.
I don't like hide that I'm walking away.
Yeah.
See me.
Yeah, he doesn't hide it, but he walks away and you see it, yes.
Yeah.
Brim,
I
do
just
you
don't
get a
tell
spidey
you.
sense? Or your spider sense is tingling?
I watch him walk off, and I know I trust him, and he's a part of the party, and I trust him to be safe.
What I don't tell the group is that he'll be awake during the second watch. So you guys would know, like, he's gonna go sleep up on this high point, but you don't know he'll be awake during that second watch.
Okay. All right. So, as he does this, anyone else doing anything as Gimbal moves up atop this rock here?
Just my normal nightly routine, checking my weapons, making sure my armor is in good repair, putting out my bedroll.
Say my prayers.
Meditating.
All right, as you're each doing these things, Ashrin, she walks over to you, Millie. And she kind of sits down. She noticed your earlier dismissiveness of her. Clearly, she's a bit awkward, but she's trying to make some sort of connection with you. And she says, I admire how well you handle yourself, and you speak often of the sea. Are you a pirate? Has your family been... How do you know so much of the sea?
Well, dear, it's a long story, but to skip the messier part, my father was a sailor, and I very much looked up to him, and from the day that I can remember, I wanted to be just like him. I wanted to be a sailor. And my little sister, I believe I've mentioned her before, we both have sisters, as I remember. My little sister was much more studious than I was, though I did well enough on my own. But
what kind of studies do you speak of? What, involved with languages or mathematics or what?
No, dear. You and her would get along quite well, I think.
She clearly she looks at you like she's not sure how she should take that.
She's very, very good, and she is a cleric. Or studying to be, I'm not quite sure, it's been a while since we've talked last, but she studied in the Church of what's he called?
The Church of St. Cuthbert?
That's the one.
Oh, yes.
In Gradul, she studies there. She's a cleric there as far as I know last. But, so yes, I think you and she would probably get along much more swimmingly, though she's a little less judgmental of me than you are, dear.
Oh.
I think you and I have got off on a not so friendly foot, and I know that part of that is my fault, but I also do take great offense to being called a tramp when I have found that my life is much more enjoyable if I have more control over it.
So her head drops when you say this. Like you just see, like, visibly her countenance falls, her head drops, her hair kind of covers her face. You sense a real acknowledgement that she was wrong.
The thing about me, dear, is it's easy to make a lot of assumptions about me. Because I like the way I dress and I like to live my life the way I like to live it. But, well, might be that you do not understand me as well as you think you do. And the thing I've learned about men, and this is a bit of advice for you too, dear, because I know that you have a tendency to get crushes, and that's fine.
You see, like, as you're talking, you see like her eyes are on you with rapt attention. Like you have her utter focus.
The thing I've learned about men is they will break your heart and they will abandon you. And that is what they do best. So, I find it better if I am less connected.
Why? Oh, you poor thing. I can't imagine seeing life in that way. No, this is not true. I don't know what's been done to you, but there are many good men. I mean no disrespect. I should never have called you a tramp. I was wrong for doing this. I know it, but do not think that Ola... Forgive me. Thank you for telling me your tale.
But I have completely gone on a tangent here. I wanted to be a sailor because it was in my blood. I lived right by the sea. And I could smell the sea air and hear the sounds of the seabirds. And I was drawn there from the day I could remember. And so I found my first available opening and I took my fortune into my own hands.
What does this mean, to take your fortune in your own hands? You did what? By the way, everybody, you're all hearing this except for Gimbal. Gimbal's up on the rock. He can kind of see the conversation, but he can't hear it. Everybody else is hearing this, and no one's asleep yet.
There are things I am not sure I'm ready to talk about.
Oh.
But I will say this. I was raised by my grandmother for the formative years of my life. Her name, Wilhelmina, it is my given name. I do not associate with that name because of what she wrought upon me during the formative years of my life.
So the Mary Millie, it's Wilhelmina is your name?
Millie is what I prefer to go by, thank you. But there was a day my sister was getting ready for her going away to study in the church, and I had a window of opportunity. I took what very little possessions I was allowed to have and what little coin I managed to steal, and I snuck onto a ship. And I left.
You did now?
Yes.
Well, you're quite the bold lass. Left everything behind?
That is how I took my fortune into my own hands.
Well, I meant no disrespect to pry, but thank you for telling me what you have, and I can clearly tell there's more to your story than what you said here, but I'm glad you shared this with me, and my sincerest apology. I was out of line. I should not have said what I said to you.
Yes, I will accept your apology. But know that henceforth, now that we've had this conversation, if there is ever a moment where you cast judgment on me unfairly again, I will not be so forthcoming.
Oh my gosh. So, as you say this, by the way, thanks on the chat. Yes, Hobby Nut, Miss Janet, if you're nasty. So she backs away from you, and she shakes her head. There's a. I don't understand you, lass. You just. What was done to you? I don't understand, and it's not my fault. And she shuffles away, clearly fearful. Gimbal, you're now safely atop that rock. Anybody else doing anything as the watch begins?
If Millie is, where is she? Is she sitting somewhere?
I'm just sitting on my bedroll.
Yeah, she's still sitting right there.
Doing my normal stuff.
Yeah, so you heard all this, and you saw Ashrin kind of walk away cautiously.
As Ashrin walks away, Lilith will come and sit right beside Millie. She'll just look at her, and then sitting right, like shoulder to shoulder, kind of. She'll just kind of lean over towards her a little bit and kind of nudge her, and then she'll go through her pockets again and pull out that pot of flowers, that little thing, and she'll take the cork off, and then she'll just go and like put a little bit behind both of her ears, and then she'll like sit and like nudge her one more time, and then just walk away.
And before you get up though, with the second nudge, Millie will put her hand up and kind of give you a little like half hug of just quiet thanks, and then
And Brim this whole time has just pretty much been minding his own dang business and just saying his prayers and just pretending like he's heard none of this because it has not been told to him. And he's just there praying.
And Shorewin, who had removed his armor and had been cleaning it, was listening. Didn't necessarily make a motion overt listening, but took it to note.
All right, so the first watch begins, and Brim, your watch passes uneventfully. You hear the normal sounds in the night, but nothing really disturbs you tremendously. And second watch again was for Millie, that's right.
Millie and Gimbal will quietly, unannounced, be watching Millie.
All right, Millie, your watch also, thankfully, goes somewhat innocuously. You don't hear or see anything unusual.
I am very thankful for the perceived alone time. And I'll move to Shorewin and wake him.
All right.
Before your watch ends, is there anything in particular that you do as far as, I mean, do you just sit down and look around, or what do you do during your watch?
During her watch, she's just gonna be holding the Gareth dagger in her hand, and she just absentmindly flips it like in her hand as she is watching all around.
Okay.
So then she's gonna go over to shore and do what she did last time and just kind of say, "Time to wake up."
Thank you. Would you once again assist me with my armor?
Gladly. And so he's.
So as you're helping me attach it, I listened to your tale. I'm sorry you've had to go through that in the past. I apologize if I have caused any offense towards you since we met.
No, darling, you definitely have not offended me in any way. Ashrin and I just have had a bit of a rough connection thus far, and well, I don't know. I'm just feeling a little strange and out of sorts, and it gets tiresome to have people constantly saying nasty things about you. I shouldn't care, but it also makes me want to stab somebody. So. And that's not really a healthy thing when I'm trying to make money with these people, so.
No, I'm sorry, I got to interrupt real quick here, so I get Pat66. Like literally, as you said that, typed in the chat, if looks could kill, that dagger would be dripping blood. And you, right as you said that, fantastic. All right, sorry, go ahead.
But yes, I'm trying to deal with it in better ways.
I understand. Well, thank you again, and please get some rest.
And I go and lay back down.
All right, as she lays down, Shorewin, you notice as you're watching, Lilith's eyes pop open, and go ahead.
I sent you a message on Discord.
Oh, okay. All right. Hopefully that was consistent with what I was doing. I thought I knew you were going. Let me pull it up here real quick. All right. Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. Got you.
Just the most recent one.
Oh, okay. Yes. All right. So.
Secrets revealed.
Yeah. Let me roll. Hang on here.
So Discord is covering our faces.
Okay, it's gone now. Yes. Oh, that's what happens. That happened earlier. I got to remember that. When everything got popping on this screen, it covers everybody. My fault. All right, so y'all saw it there.
Phones are good
but
for.
Just yeah, exactly. Just pretend like you didn't. And so yes, I've already made the roll, and you are in fact capable of a stealthy braiding of Winston's mane.
Yeah.
So, Shorewin, as you're watching, you hear the sound. In fact, actually, you hear the footsteps of an orc tribe marching somewhere to the northwest. But they're probably a good half mile away. But your keen ears hear them. Your eyes are oriented toward them, and you do not notice as Lilith describe what you're doing.
Lilith, I'm assuming there's flowers along the trail, yes or no?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, yeah. So, you notice that Lilith gets up from away from Winston and starts to pretend to take watch as she notices that you're turning towards her. But if you look at Winston, his mane is now braided with flowers.
That's how Brim's hair's been braided every morning when he wakes up.
Yes. I didn't. Pat66, I did not have time to braid his tail. I only had time to braid his mane stealthily.
Yeah, this is we've got a love triangle happening here with this horse. This is an equestrian love triangle happening with Winston. So as you're doing this, though, you, Shorewin, go ahead and roll d20 for me, please.
Oh no!
Give me your raw score.
Winston evolves.
2.
Winston is my horse now.
I'm tired of those dice.
Yep, we're gonna move to the blue dice next, in case anybody's curious, because yellow dice are just not working.
Yeah, dice JO for those dice. All right. So you're so busy watching what's happening with your horse, you don't even hear until there is a light chuckle behind you, and you smell the familiar scent of a strong cologne. Go ahead and roll d20 for me again, please.
Oh, him. Oh.
5.
Oh gosh.
Didn't you switch your dice?
I did. I'm gonna have to throw them all out. And,
I'll send you some.
I'll give you my address. Send
Bless
them to
his
me.
dice.
That's awesome. All right, so yeah, you just smell the strong cologne, and as you look over your shoulder, you see the familiar face of Yaj Tox, and he grins at you. His swarthy.
He's not familiar to me.
Oh no, you're right. I'm sorry. Yes, so you see who you did not see. Familiar to everybody else, not to you. That's right. Lilith, as you're looking over, you see this, but you see a swarthy man, probably 5 feet 10 inches tall, clearly of Rene descendancy, sort of dark hair, and he looks over at you. Good to see you again, my friends.
And I'm gonna, at that point, pull out my sword and shield and prepare, because I don't know who this person is. And who are you?
Lilith will put her hand on Sherwin's, just like his forearm, and just say, "Hello, Yaj. Back again, I see."
I see that you have been involved in some very strange things happening here, and you found the fort just ahead, and Yaj thought I would come and help you perhaps a little bit.
Help? You want to help? I thought you worked alone.
Did I say that? I don't remember that I said that. Did I say that?
How long is it into their watch? Have I fallen asleep yet?
Yeah, you're asleep. This is about halfway through their watch. There's been time for horsehair braiding. And
Of course.
As before he talks, she'll just Lilith will just look over at Sherwin. She goes, "Wake the others."
I'm gonna go around and I'll start with Millie and Brim. Now I'm and Gimble's too far away, right?
yes.
So
Okay.
I'll wake those two up. There's a man you know here?
You can probably smell him from here.
I inhale and then suddenly it's... I'm wide awake, like...
You smell.
Axe punches your nose.
all right, so
and
sorry.
Millie will...
So go ahead.
Smelling the smell, she will immediately check her bags.
So who all did you wake up again? I'll make sure. So Millie.
I started with Millie first.
Millie, okay.
And then moved over to Brim.
All right, so I need
attempted
both
to
Millie
wake
and Brim. Roll d20 for me, please.
Okay.
First roll. Here we go.
17?
14. Just a flat 14.
14. All right. Brim. Even with your 14 being slightly lower than her 17, you smell something familiar underneath the cologne. There is a sickly, sweet, necrotic stench that somehow in your ogreish nostril strikes a chord.
I shoot awake. He's in the middle of waking up Millie, and I smell it and I wake up. Or he's waking me up and I smell it.
You smell it as he's waking you up.
I pull him in really quick and say,
Get ready. We've got a fight.
and I'm gonna get up, and I'm not in my armor because I would dress out for bedtime.
Yeah, you are not in your armor, that's right. And so as you say this, Shorwin, you kind of look over confusedly as Brim is speaking to you, and you see the visage of what looked like this Renee man just drops away, and you see the most horrifying, pallid-looking creature. It has this visage which is drooping with teeth dangling and this horrible-looking lack of eye sockets. In fact, if you look at your screen, I'll switch it here. You see this again. Not for you again, Shorwin, but for everyone else. This same creature that you saw on the road coming back from Hamlet after the moat house. As it drops away, it's this eyeless-looking pallid creature, and it hisses. I see you, Ogre. You are too clever, but you are not too clever to die. And it leaps at you. Initiative.
Oh, fudge.
That just so you guys know, Lilith and Millie, you have an advantage if you didn't see it.
Yes, I did see it. Thank you.
You do. And it is on the DM die. It is a 3 on initiative as this creature, horrifying. You feel this sense of unease just overwhelming
Shorwin's
you.
initiative.
What's that?
Oh.
Okay, go ahead.
3.
Oh, and we are tied at 3. So let's roll again. And the DM has a 5 on the die.
We're going with my orange one this time.
Come on.
No whammy.
No whammy, no whammy. It's a 2.
Oh, that is
Starting
not
to think it's not
good.
the dice.
The creature leaps forward toward Brim, who had first identified it. And as it does so, Brim, you see it has talons, each like 7 inches long, coming off of these fingers. The lack of eyes, but still it somehow hones in on you by scent or something else. It is the most frightening creature you have ever encountered in your entire mortal existence as it leaps upon you. Oh.
No.
That's a nat 20. And now we're rolling for the confirmation. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Did you get another nat 20?
I'm not lying. I would not do this to you. I just rolled double nat 20s on Brim.
Wait.
Wait, okay.
Wait. Okay, is he charging at Brim?
Well, yeah, so you got left. I'd say more of a leap than a charge, but yes.
That's perfect. I'm going to intercept charge.
Okay, so remind us of what that does, please.
When an opponent charges your ally with this feat, as an immediate action, you can move up to your speed toward any square in the path of the charge. If you end your movement in the path of the charge, I have to finish reading. The opponent must stop when it becomes adjacent to you and then attack you instead of your ally. The movement from using this feat counts towards your movement on your next turn.
But that's still...
Yes.
That's still 2 nat 20s on you.
That's what Shorewin does.
That's what Shorewin does. Yeah, he knows exactly what he just did. All right, so, and actually looking at the proximity here, this is fine. This is very acceptable because he's right here. And as this creature moves forward, Shorewin, you leap in front. You take the double nat 20s. Oh, thank you very much for that, Bloodwild. And now it is time for the... Oh, yes, by the way, Josh, I got to get these to you when we have our next call, but we didn't get to do that this week, but we will soon.
Sure, and you just got an advantage.
Yep, just added it.
Yeah, that's fantastic, but I don't know if it's going to matter. All right, so what that means is with the double nat 20s, that means I add 20 to the percentile die roll that I'm rolling on these old Middle-earth crit tables from Iron Crown Enterprises, and I'm going to roll... Yes, go ahead.
Can I use my minor fate chip to cancel out that double critical?
You can.
The confirmation?
You
then
can,
I'm
if
going
that's
to use
what
my minor fate chip to cancel out the critical.
Okay, all right, so, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. This is so good, so fantastic. So, we have a rule here on Blue Box. Fate chips are given out very rarely. They're either for extraordinary moments of roleplay, or they're for extraordinary feats of combat prowess. Millie is the only player that has earned, she's got a minor fate chip, and so Shorewin, as you leap in front of this creature's talons, which you see, thank you for the cheer, Ridiculous. You see the talon headed straight for Brim's throat. You leap in front of it. You see the talons coming straight towards your eyes, and then suddenly Millie streaks out. And Millie, I want you to tell me what this. There's no death here. You're not killing it, but I want you to tell me what this interception looks like.
Okay, so because I was able to quickly get my dagger and my rapier out, what she's gonna do is she's just gonna come and swing both up in a parry form and just block the claws and push them upward.
So you see Shorewin, even as you try to sacrifice yourself on behalf of Brim, suddenly Millie streaks in front. She reaches up and she blocks the claw, which you saw headed straight for your eyes. She knocks it out of the way, and the creature lets out a feral cry. And there's a howling that starts to emanate all across the hills. As it screams, you feel this necrotic energy surging through the hills. And we're going to stop there for tonight.
We almost lost Shorewin.
Oh my gosh, we almost... Oh my god. Okay, so so we got to see what this would have been. So we're going to...
Yeah.
So let's just see... Millie, I was planning on just ending with what happened on Shorewin being unknown, but what you did was super fun. And so let's see.
Super amazing.
Super amazing.
Amazing. Sorry, Zombie Night, we gotta stop. It's Lilith's early night, but we're gonna stick around for a little bit more tonight. We're gonna do an after chat, which has always been fun on this stream. I've always thought we should include our fans sometimes in the after chat that happens. So we're gonna do our giveaway of the dice. And then we're going to do a little bit of an after chat, and we'll let Lilith go, Vivi, whenever she needs to. All right, so let's see what it would have been. By the way, if you're not following yet, give us a follow. It's going to help you on the giveaway. We're giving away these super cool dice here in just a second. Oh, snap. 77, which would have been a plus 20, and 97 on, and so this would have been, thank you very much for the follow, Baku L33, grappling, physical, hold on, what, not the right one, here we go. What, nope, flip it one more time, this is the one I want. All right, so that would have been, oh my gosh, strike through the neck, breaks the backbone, severs the spine, paralyzed from the neck down permanently. That's the crit that Millie just saved you from. Holy smokes!
Well, actually, it was Shorewin that saved Brim, and then
That saved the Millie. Exactly. So, whoa! Well played. By the way, Mitch, I hope you're enjoying that Greyhawk box set that you got, sir. Well deserved. And all right, so it is time for our giveaway. While we're getting ready for our giveaway, we're going to do our stream MVP, which we do every week. And of course, that is still 250 experience points. And yes, Rory, experience points will go out this week. Absolutely. I know you've been hounding me. They're going to happen this week. So we got 2 episodes, 2 episodes of experience points going out this week. And all right. So yeah. So we're going to get ready. Sorry. Go ahead, Kimball.
You're muted.
You're muted. You're muted, Rory.
You're muted.
You look good though.
Just talk quiet. Brim and Shorewin, you got an advantage if you didn't see that.
No.
And then another 100 was given, and it doesn't.
Yeah, I've been keeping track of mine, so.
Yeah, you just got another one.
Yeah, I saw that from.
And then there were 2 given by Ridiculous, and I didn't see who.
Ridiculous's were.
Ridiculous was Brim and Shorewin.
Yes.
Okay,
And then
so
there's
you got
another
okay.
100.
Okay.
Another
That
100
Rep-
after that by someone.
Which WinReb gave to Shorewin as well, so
Yeah.
Shorewin just got 2.
Perfect.
888, I'm busted. No, you're right. But I did. So it's going to happen for this week for sure. But like I said, when they're in the middle of combat, they've had 2 separate sessions where they were right in the middle of it. But this time, I'm going to have to give it out anyway. But it won't take effect until they rest. I actually am not intending to put them in combat. I thought you might go to the gnomes. I didn't know what you guys were going to do. It's like so much fun. All right. So why? So we're going to get ready to give away these dice, and we're going to do that. I'll put that up on the Nightbot here in a second. But while we're waiting for that, we're going to have the stream MVP. So let's start with
Working
Lilith.
on putting the poll together right now.
All right, very good. Lilith, why should Lilith be stream MVP tonight?
For stealthily grabbing the apples from Brim to make her way to Winston, and then to stealthily braid Winston's hair to make her way into a closer relationship with Winston. So I think we're getting there pretty soon. Winston and Lilith are going to be BFFs.
For Millie's amazing save, another advantage for Millie.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yes, and absolutely, Lilith, fantastic role play tonight, and I'm really wondering whether this romance with Winston is going.
We're gonna be best friends forever.
Yeah, this is the most interesting love triangle ever in D&D.
The poll is up at the top of the screen.
All right, so you go ahead and vote for stream MVP, and let's go to Gimbal. Why should you be stream MVP, sir?
Well, you see, I ensure that every session has at least one party split, and in doing so, not only did I claim Gimbal's Rock from my memory, I also found out the whole mapping of the inside. Got a pretty good understanding of what's going on. The shortest guy with the highest view. I also remembered my dear friend back, just a couple miles from where we're at. So I think for the intelligence that I brought to the group and the courage that such a little man had, I should get MVP.
Wow, I think that's very persuasive, Gimbal. I wasn't really feeling it, but that speech, like I'm feeling it now. But thank you for all the cheers, Millie. You're getting all kinds of love right now. People really like that use of the fate chip.
I love you guys.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, and thank you so much. Hey, by the way, if you've not followed us yet, please give us a follow. It's going to help you when we run this giveaway. It's !dice, all lowercase, D-I-C-E. Followers and subs have advantage, on the Nightbot when we run this. All right, let's go to Shorewin. Sir, why should Shorewin be MVP?
Shorewin wishes to give his vote of MVP to Millie.
Very predictable. Well done. Ever the cavalier and noble, sir. By the way, that's going to hurt you with XP when I kill that. All right, that's not really good. We no, I'm just kidding. All right, let's go to Josh. Josh, why should Brim be MVP?
Brim should be MVP for riding or breaking a horse, then getting a pain connection with the horse and disliking the rider for his choices. And that's pretty much about it.
Yeah, and you definitely, Winston. Wow, whew, close to. All right, so Millie, why should you be stream MVP?
Well, because she quasi tried to mend fences with Ashran a little bit, though.
She was still kind of salty with her, though.
Ever the person trying to hold the tough exterior, kind of backtracked that a little bit, but she opened herself up a little more, and that's a big thing for her. And then seeing the shiny man and her very good buddy Brim in danger had to come to the rescue.
Notice she didn't do that until the shiny man was in danger.
Yeah, truly.
That's true. All right, so very persuasive, all of you. So your vote's almost over. I'm going to go ahead and roll the giveaway for the dice. And if you're not following, thank you, DM's Quest. Shorewin for his sacrificing the newfound putting up with Lilith trying to woo his steed. You nefarious steed wooer. You are a wooer of steeds. I think that's another T-shirt. I get T-shirts every week. All right. Yes. So the winner of these gorgeous dice from Dice Envy tonight is. Oh my gosh! No, mystical unicorn painting. She won the last set of dice. Yay! All right, wait, but she's got to be on. You got to be on. So let's. Oh, there she is. Okay. So hey, look. If you win back-to-back, you win back-to-back. Mystical Unicorn Painting, thank you so much for being with us. You're going to have 2 sets of Dice Envy dice, and the winner of our stream MVP is Millie! Congratulations, Mary Millie!
Yay!
Absolutely fantastic. And congratulations to all of you. All right, so Blue Box, reminder again, virtual Greyhawk Con coming up October 2nd through the 4th. Do not miss that. We have 2 games that we're running. We have an open game. It's already filled up. We were like, I don't know if we were first or second. We were really quick. We filled up.
We filled up within 2 hours of it going live.
Yeah, it was super fast. So and it went live at midnight. So by 2 a.m. So thank you so much. And we've got some great players, including Christoph, who runs Greyhawk Online, and Orth Journal, Josh. We got just so many fantastic players. Many of our folks on our Discord channel, they're in as well. So we'll give a full announcement of all the players, but that's on Friday. And then Sunday, it's this group right here, Greyhawk Awakening, going to be live with Virtual Greyhawk Con on the 4th of October. So you want to mark your calendar. It's going to be a 4-hour stream. It's going to be amazing. I've already got so many cool ideas and things that's going to make it a lot of fun. So mark your calendars. Thank you, Redbeard. One of our by the way, Redbeard finally won something last week. He's been the anti-Pat. He's like, Pat wins everything. And then Redbeard, Casey's never won it, but he finally won last week, and he was repping his shirt. He had it on Discord, on Instagram, and much love to you, Casey, longtime supporter. Au Noir. Does Forgotten Realms have a good community? Yes, they do. I love the Realms too. I played in that for a long time. But sir, this is a Greyhawk evening, so Get that Forgotten Realm stuff out of here. All right, so with all that said, we're going to raid in a few minutes, but we're going to switch to our after chat here, so I'm going to kill all the music. Lilith, you're welcome to stay on as long as you would like. Thank you, Select Strike. We appreciate that. And we're just going to have a kind of little quick fireside chat here. We'll save a little time and maybe raid Will in a few minutes, but let's talk about it tonight, guys. So first of all, thank you. This was definitely an example of players making the night. You know, DM did not have that much that he brought to the stream. It was really the players, and you guys were fantastic. But this new dynamic that's happening with Shorewind, he's added so much, not just his horse, his roleplay has added so much. And so, like, just tell us, like, how you guys are feeling and what your thoughts are, questions you have, any comments about the viewers, the stream, what's going on?
Okay.
Then the delay.
Let's not all speak at once here.
I'm bad about that. I ask these broad questions that really no one knows who's supposed to answer it, but I like doing that. So anyone.
It's true. He does it a lot on Lore Masters Arcana.
I do all the time. I always catch her like off guard. She's like, what
What are you asking me?
Yeah, we have all these.
I don't understand.
Yeah, we have all these great agreement moments where I'll look over at Evelyn. I'm like, Evelyn, what are your thoughts on this? Oh yeah, I think that's right. Yes.
She's like, I agree with you.
So it looks like we got a couple that came in. Will Winston convert Lilith to the paladin life?
Interesting to see what influence Winston will have. Winston continues to draw more. Steve. All right, I'm going to throw this to you, Terry.
No!
Steve.
Redbeard!
Oh, Redbeard, thank you so much. We need that next time, because they're facing definitely the most difficult creature they have ever faced. And that's my DM guy. All right, so the question from Steve, Bloodwild, is, what is Winston's main inspiration? Terry?
What's Winston's story?
Man, that's a tough one. Well, I want to give everybody a little bit of insight here for those that didn't know fully. This is my first time playing Cavalier, for learning how a Cavalier works, and I knew a Cavalier would have a horse, but when we came into that first night, I had not thought about the horse as part of the Cavalier part. So when John said, "And what was the name of your horse?" I very quickly found a table of medieval horse names. And very quickly scrolled and picked one.
No, and look, by the way, so like for all of our old school viewers here, this is not just a Cavalier he's playing. He's playing an old school first edition Dragon magazine Cavalier, which, by the way, is so linked to the horse. I love it first nay. And so you have just, like, the horse being such a central character is so perfect for a first edition Cavalier, which is what you're playing.
Yeah. And so, from there, it was just a matter of start building on where he's from and who he is. And what I'll say is the inspirations just kind of come as we've gone on. And each week we do this. I'm ready for Lilith to talk to him. Honestly, I know what he's going to say. But I'm not going to tell you yet. Because I have a feeling it's going to happen at some point. And
And Oranwar said, running free, wind in his hair, the crunch of enemies under his hooves. Oh, Shane O'Mac, you talk old school. Like, Shane is one of our original viewers, probably like first 10 guys, and he's always repping us. His work schedule's been crazy lately, but he's one of our most active viewers, so thank you so much for the sub, Shane. All right, so biggest surprise in the campaign so far for any of you? So we have, again, Terry said he's never really played anything close to this. He's played a little bit of D&D. He's done a lot of World of Warcraft, but clearly this sort of 3.5, Greyhawk, all this stuff is new for him. Everybody else is new to Greyhawk. Everybody else is new to this sort of campaign style. Though, Josh, you've played. Your stuff is awesome. By the way, everybody post your stuff, your creds in the chat as well. I want to make sure everybody knows where to find.
I actually have.
Perfect. Thank you.
A thing for that.
As I knew you would.
oh my gosh, look at you.
And boom, follow all of our great players. They are amazing. Josh, you've got your own stream, which I've caught a little bit of. I'm going to try to catch more of it. It's really good. You played with Fable 42. Chris Solo, he's great with what he does. Go ahead.
It just ended last night.
Oh, it ended?
Last night was the last episode.
Oh, golly.
And it was rough.
Rough? Well, so can you, like, if you've got, like, pop a link in here even for Chris and the Fable 4. I'm going to go back and watch it, but I want to shout him out. He's really cool with what he does with minis and stuff. But back to my question. For all of you, as all newcomers to Greyhawk, most of you newcomers to old school D&D, either 5e players or very limited D&D, what's been the biggest surprise so far in the Greyhawk Awakening campaign for any of you? Besides how much Vivi giggles.
Are you saying from our character's standpoint or from our standpoint?
Yeah.
Give me a moment.
Both.
This is one thing that I'll say, and I think this has been one of the most pleasurable things for me, is the history behind Greyhawk. So for those that don't know, I'm a theater professor. I do theater for a living, and having that information.
Way to flex on us, Terry. That's awesome.
Well, just that backstory. It's so vivid, and it makes the role play so much more enjoyable. Each week, I kind of pop in and look at different things and try to get more information because I'm still learning it, obviously. But it's just fascinating to really start to understand what this world is about, where it's been, and where it could be going.
Well said. Yes, I mean.
Sorry, I'm a dork.
No. You're. That's honestly like I want to send you money. That's the best answer you could have given. You've all lost. Terry wins tonight, but not just because he's a theater professor. No, it's fantastic. All right, anybody else?
I mean, so for me, it's interesting in the fact that, you know, if I look at it from Gimble's perspective, Gimble might know Corn, he might know the Corn Hills,
right?
Or he does know these areas. He maybe knows the, you know, immediate surrounding areas, depending on his backstory and his travels that he has or has not had, you know. But then I can utilize that for the same essence that I'm really limited to that knowledge also.
Exactly. Yep.
And even more limited. So there is that exploration of the world that I can do symbiotically with Gimble. So that's nice because I understand Faerun and the Faerun world fairly well. So that has been nice. A lot of it for me is just fluid. Like if I sit down at a DM's table, it's his world that he's creating for us. So it is what it is. So the other nice surprise that I've had is just what you bring to it, John. And even with a Nat 20 and there's gnomes over there.
Yeah, that was a great check. And look, it makes sense. Like I wanted that to be part of your character anyway. There are many gnomes in the Kron Hills. Hey, thank you, Sperry, for the sub. We appreciate that. And yeah, I want to get to some of these questions. We got some really good questions in the chat. I want to get Atris Minis, by the way, is offered to paint backup characters because clearly
Thanks.
they're going to be.
I don't know if you can
Thanks
see.
for the
No,
vote.
it's not going to work.
Yeah.
We can't see it. Sorry, Vivi. What was it?
Hang on.
Okay, go ahead.
Background is just
But no, I think that's absolutely accurate. And I saw the thespian, Master Thespian, merely acting. Oh, the Atris Minis. Yes, I've got. And by the way, if you didn't see them on stream, so we had all these super cool Atris Minis that were featured in the stream tonight. This is Brim. This is one of the sickest miniatures I have ever seen.
sick.
And yes, Atris, we may take you up on that. We may need some backup. All right, and so let's see. Any other questions I've missed here in the chat?
There was something for you, John, earlier. Let me find it. Behind the screen DM question. Did you expect the party to go look for more help locally?
Oh yeah, you know what? So that's a great question. I really had no frickin' idea. Bye, Lilith. Have a good night. Great job again, as always.
Hey guys.
Thank you. You can leave your camera up, and I'll kill it on the view here. So
Okay. Thank you.
You'll be.
Make sure you turn it back when I come back.
I will. I won't make the same mistake I made last time. Oh, we got flames in her place. That's pretty cool. So yeah, no, that's a great question. I really didn't know. I stressed a bit coming into the session tonight because I like being prepared, but I like also being fluid, but I like having a sense of where I think things might go, only because I want to give the players a great experience. That's really the only reason. And I didn't know if they would go back to Hamlet. I didn't know, like Brim had mentioned last time, maybe doing some guerrilla warfare tactics in the hills and picking off bits of the orcs. I thought that would be cool. It was really close to it. I actually got encouraged to do that by Gimbal, and I was surprised that Brim didn't leap on that, but that's fine. I didn't know if you would go to the dwarves because they're marked on the hills. The one thing I didn't expect was, of course, Rory, Gimbal, and that whole like, hey, are there gnomes? Well, of course there's gnomes here. Well, roll. Well, what? Not 20. Yeah, okay. Well, they're right there. Just like that was all certainly unexpected. But again, this is something that I forgive the term preach, but I preach this so much. Be prepared as a DM, only because even with theater of mind or even with the sort of improv, right, Terry? You, as a teacher of the art in a college, while you'll acknowledge that that's great to be able to do improv, there's a reason that if I go watch Hamilton, they have all the accoutrement and all the sets and all the things which increase the sense of immersion. So I want what I do here on my gaming table to increase the sense of immersion, but I never want it to take away from the improv or the theater of mind. And I'm curious if you have any thoughts on that, Terry?
No, I think the way you handle it, and I've only played under a couple of DMs, and so the way that you handle the interactions with both the characters and for me, this is what is so fascinating and so enjoyable. It is the role play and how each, whether it's Rory, whether it's Josh, whether it's Evelyn, Vivi, how everybody brings these characters to life, and you allow us to bring these characters to life. It's not a push to go in a direction. It is a development of a story, which I think is so wonderful. Even with the framework, even in good improv, you have to have the framework, and exactly. You provide that wonderful framework that allows us to then. I'm sorry,
I didn't mean like characters. Exactly. Yes, I provide the wonderful framework. I didn't mean that. But like the framework is important. That's what I'm trying to say.
It is. I mean, it is. It is. Without the framework, who knows? What? I mean, you want to have at least somewhere to. You want a world to be created for us to populate. And that's what is happening here.
No, I think thank you for that, first of all. But I think that's so true. And I really try to create a game that is the game I would want to play in. I would want something where my player, his uniqueness or her uniqueness is acknowledged. The PC feels like their story comes to life. Yes, there is sort of an overarching story that I can be part of this tremendous, almost like novel-like narrative, but that it's utterly under my control. That I can move it and change it and make it happen. And that is to me what has been so much fun about this game. That's why I keep coming back to it after 40 years. If it was just reading the same book over and over again, no thank you, right? But when you have great players, and you guys have made this so easy for me as a DM, because with that light framework I give you, you'll see it. Like you watch the show tonight. There were so many times I just sit back. I just let the players run with it, and you guys are giving the fantastic entertainment to the viewers. You see it, people following, people liking, people subbing. They're so tied to the stories. It's you guys. Go ahead, Josh.
Oh no, I was about to sneeze, but yeah, I'll say something. Okay, we're good. But no, actually, because of you two, you helped kind of trigger something in my mind of what I was surprised by from the very beginning all the way till now. And what surprised me was actually almost nothing to do with you, John. It was, and that's not meant to be a bad thing. It's the players you picked.
Yeah.
For this stream. And I've been on, and this isn't meant to be look at me. But I've been on a lot of streams. And no offense to any of the other streams I've been a part of, this is the only one I've really wanted to stay with.
Wow.
Because the players here are incredible.
Well, that means
I didn't
means
feel
so
a
much to
need
me.
this session to hog the limelight when Millie was opening up about her past. This isn't a show for us to try and get views on individual people or something. We're here as legitimately a party. And that just blew me away to be able to finally have like a safe group.
Wow, okay. You're gonna make me cry for the second time in two. I know, but that's look, man. A bit of counsel, if I could, for any organization, anyone that's whether it's a college professor, a business leader, a classroom, a teacher. One of the things you always want to do is surround yourself with people that are equally or more talented than you are. And if you can assemble great people around you and not be so insecure, that you don't want to let them shine, that's what leadership is all about. When I tried to cobble this group together, you're not wrong, Josh. I have thought very deliberately about the kind of personalities, the people that I did interview. I thought very carefully about how they would interact and relate, and you guys have absolutely created this chemistry that is fantastic. I think I'm biased, but I think this is the best group of players anywhere on D&D Twitch.
I agree.
Yeah.
And guys, if you do decide you want to go sailing, I've been studying medieval ships and nautical terms, so I'll be set.
and you half ogre on a boat
means I gotta teach Winston how to tie knots. Ugh.
and I have a ship ready if that ever happens.
I've been studying.
I think there's a song that goes with that, something like "I Got a Boat" or.
Sing it for us, Roy.
No.
I
literally don't know the words. Maybe if I knew the words.
Hey,
there was a question, John, and you can probably answer this best. I want to read more about Greyhawk. What's a good online entry point?
Oh my gosh! Okay, yes. Who asked that? I missed that. Thank you.
That was Orion Noir.
All right, so Orion Noir, that's the winner tonight of one of the Mike Disney things, and also a good friend of mine. I talk to him quite often, and yes, I think you can go. Greyhawk Online is a fantastic place. There's also a Wikipedia that Chris.
He's amazing.
Yeah, Chris, can you do you have those creds you can pop in the chat?
I have it bookmarked. I might be able to put it here.
Yeah. Just bookmarked. By the way, and thank you, Josh. I saw you put the Ukador show from last night in the chat, so check that out. Chris Solo, great guy, great stream. Fable 42, very similar to the style that we run. And thank you for popping that in there. Go ahead, Josh.
No, just those last 10 minutes. If you're going to watch anything, watch the last 10 minutes of it, and those are some good moments.
Those last, and it's funny because even Vivi, Evelyn, she posted the last few minutes of our chat from last week at the end of the stream and I forgot just sort of how fun and dramatic that was as the dragon landed and the roars and the faces. I'm gonna screenshot those faces. I'm gonna post that somewhere this week because especially you, Josh, and you, Terry, the two of you, your mouths are just agape. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, hey, Puppick, thank you so much. Yes, he's got it in there as well. And we had a question earlier. I didn't acknowledge it, but Sekron 7. No, this is post-show, not pre-show. Yes. So, yeah, we're done for tonight. But we're just having a little after sort of show fireside chat. And before we wrap it up, anybody else have any final questions or comments? We'll give the viewers just another moment, but also our players. Anything else you'd like to ask about? Anything that didn't make sense or wondering what would have happened if? I love giving those sort of DM behind the scenes moments to the players.
So I have to comment on the Discord interaction between the creepy thing and Fedrum yesterday. I was about to be like, no, you do not harm Fedrum. No. I was very concerned.
Oh, yeah, that Discord, that was pretty fun. And Pat66 always does such a great job. He runs Fedrum, who runs the Hamlet Supply and Trade. That's 40 years after the original Hamlet module from Gygax. I can't believe we still got 60 people just watching us sit around and talk here. Thank you so much, everybody.
He's got himself 500 gold now.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Hey, Moose2271, Model is Greyhawk. Those are great also. Yes, check those out. So Yeah, that was an awkward interaction because I had this idea in mind and I've been kind of waiting. I like throwing those nuggets, and especially because the Discord's been great, but the shops have been a bit quiet because the players have been away from Hamlet for 2 consecutive weeks now. And so this thread that ties together this creature that you met on the road back from the moat house, and now that you've encountered again, interrogating Federum, that was, I think, fun. And yeah, that any of you guys felt fear for Federum, I love that. That makes sense. That's fantastic.
I like Federum. You're not allowed to kill Federum.
Federum for MVP. Yeah, El Hawk, thank you so much for being on here. All right, so yeah, your meeting can wait, Au Noir. There's nothing more important than what we're doing right here.
There was a question from Sparty14. Have we had an explanation of Uthar? Is he going to reappear, or is his player just unable to meet the time needs?
Okay, great question. So Uthar, we did have a brief explanation. Uthar vanished suddenly. He made reference to a matter that he had to attend to, and he disappeared from Osler Gundigut's establishment, the Welcome Wench, inside of Hamlet. And so whether he will make a return or not remains to be seen.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. You've got the new also channel in our Discord, which is the Order of Ulek Directives. And don't think that's on, like, there's so many threads, so many connections. You guys are in a living world here. And so just enjoy every moment. I want the players to love the nuances of this because there's so much richness for you to mine. Okay. Anything else before we go?
I could have sworn there was one more for you specifically, but I can't find the at you right now.
Pat66, oh crap, I'm staring at death. Lord Forth, I think I said hi to you tonight, but thanks so much for being with us. And
guys, I gotta hop out.
All right, we'll see you, Rory. Thanks for joining us. We're gonna go ahead and get ready for a raid here. Did you find the last one, Terry?
I can't find it. I'm a terrible human.
Oh, look at that. Another cheer. Megan Hain, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. You are awesome. We really appreciate that. And did you find it, Terry?
Thank you guys, as usual, for being the best audience ever.
The best, yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. The players are fantastic. The audience is incredible. The DM's okay. We're going to go ahead and raid Not Great RPG because I still don't see Will with Wicked Studios up tonight. But did you find it, Terry, before we go?
Nope, it's gone. All right. I missed it.
All right.
It's now.
All right. Much love. XPO to all. And this is Blue Box saying thank you so much for being the best fans and the best players in the world. We will see you next week for this stream. But tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, we'll have our Lore Masters Arcanum stream, 6 o'clock Central Time. And I don't know exactly what we're going to talk about, but it's going to be fun. You watch. And congrats again to Mystical Unicorn Painting, who won the second set of dice back-to-back weeks. Unbelievable. And this is Blue Box. Much love, signing out.
Hi, guys.
And then always that awkward 9-second pause when I say that. Forget it.
You're going to have to time that a little better in the future.
I know. I do it every freaking week. Rating now. Thank you so much. And fun.
End stream?
End stream. Yes, I know to do that now.